Batteries fully charged. Launch ready for AEW Spark in 3, 2, 1. All Elite Wrestling discussion is live. Cue host Owen Finch.
Hello everyone. I want to play a game. As you see, in the world of professional wrestling, there has been nothing but violence, corruption, and a lot of oppression. I think that's also towards the world. But don't worry. The one true guy is going to do his rehabilitation process. We are under one branch and one tree. So today, on this Halloween night, it's time for rehabilitation. But anyways, damn, I'm fucking high on this some bitch, bro. This is some old bullshit. But yeah, so basically, we're back on our bullshit here on Spark, and yeah. So anyways, how was everybody? Welcome to Spark. You don't have to look at my face anymore because I don't feel like it no more. Just look at my favorite fucking horror movie character, fucking John Kramer from Saw. So yeah, man, this shit, man, I could barely see with this damn fucking red light. I might like I might put it back on when I was, cause I'm thinking about rewatching like certain Saw movies because I fucking love Saw. I love these poor little fuckers being in these traps and shit.
Saw's awesome. Yeah, I watched it. Actually on my own The Talkinator channel. I think I reviewed everyone up until Jigsaw. So when that hyping it up when that was coming out. So
hey man, I'm telling you, if you want to do a fucking review on fucking Saw, bro, I'll be the main one watching this shit and enjoying what I see, bro.
I do it with you. But since you're going off camera, I should have told you this off camera, but I'll just tell you then, because I told James the new process that we have now, because we lost a retro. He said to leave your avatar in the recording. He says that he puts it in post anyways. All the other shit is whatever he does, LOL. So there you go. That's what he said. So yeah, but yeah, we're back. We're back doing Spark again. And yeah, like I think I mentioned this before, but that's a lost retro now. You're gonna be sick of me by the end of the week because we attempted to review Halloween Havoc yesterday, and then today we're doing Spark. Tomorrow you and I are gonna review Halloween Havoc from the NXT portion 2023. Night 1 from last week, night 2 that's taking place right now. I'm pretty much gonna ruin your enjoyment of that because we're doing this video at the same time. And then Thursday, we're recording the Greatest Royal Rumble. So I think by the time we get to the Retro Thursday, you're not going to talk to me for like a week, probably. Like,
bro. I cheat, bro. No, like, so no one's gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, so what I did is you know how like I usually have my character on in my thing, right?
Yeah.
I changed it to fucking Noah.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
So Noah's picture is in Spark, and you're playing as Noah. Like,
I don't know why. I don't know why I did it. It's just funny, bro. It's just the way he looks. I love Noah. That's my boy. So James probably gonna be dying laughing when he sees this shit. It's just Noah looking fucking. It's just Noah looking so much despair.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I'm gonna take a picture of it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to send me it. And then once I see this picture and you'll get my reaction. We'll start the actual show.
Just fucking just, look look in your PMs. Look at this.
I haven't gotten it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god! That's what's in this picture. That's Noah. I'm gonna send this to Noah, and he is going to. I don't even know what his reaction is gonna be either.
He's probably like, "What the fuck, bro?"
Yeah, like,
oh my god.
He's probably regretting leaving Spark in our hands. Like, especially
he been dead, probably. He's like, why'd I leave this motherfucker as a co-host, bro? Why?
But anyhow, now that we've done all that stuff, let's just talk about last week's AEW programming. I don't even know what week it is. I think this is week 42. And yeah, we're doing this very last minute. I had a busy week last week, so I couldn't even watch any of the AEW content until today. So that's why we're doing this so late. Hopefully, like, my schedule goes back to normal and everything like that now, but we'll see how that happens. But yeah, we're just gonna start talking about the AEW. This was essentially the Halloween week of AEW. Collision was the only one that really celebrated it. I guess Rampage too, but Dynamite was still a few days away, so they didn't really do a lot of Halloween celebration. But we'll talk about it. We'll just get right into the show. Dynamite. You're gonna have to shut that off. Because that's gonna get
I don't know why the fuck is that playing, bro.
I don't even know what even was that?
I was trying to play My Little Pony a little bit just to get my shit real quick.
Oh, okay. That's fair. I don't know why that popped up on the video, but it happens.
I don't know either.
So if we get copyrighted, we know why.
It's not even the theme. It's just some random fucking joint that they just decided to play. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, going through AEW Dynamite, it took place on October 25th, 2023. And the commentary team was Taz, Excalibur, and Tony Schiavone. And there was no intro for a change for Dynamite. It just went right to an MJF interview where Renee Paquette's going to ask him like how he's feeling with his preparation going into the Dynamite, the Dynamite Diamond Ring match coming up tonight. And before MJF answers, he gets a phone call from Adam Cole, and MJF answers it, and he tells Adam Cole that he's happy that he's out of Roderick Strong's house now, calls him a psycho and everything like that. And Adam Cole says, yeah, he's happy to be on recuperation now from his surgery and everything like that. And before they can really continue their conversation, they get interrupted by Roderick Strong and the Kingdom.
Max.
And I love it because he knew that Roderick Strong knew that Adam Cole was on the phone, so he just yells Adam Cole at him, and Adam Cole just hangs up the phone. He goes, "Yeah, I gotta go, Max." He just doesn't want to deal with Roderick Strong anymore. So yeah, they hang up, and MJF wants to know what Roderick Strong wants, and Roderick Strong offers to help out MJF. He's willing to put aside the fact and pretend the fact that MJF isn't the man in the devil mask to form some sort of bond between them. And MJF acts like he's all into it. He's acts like he's going to give Roderick Strong a hug, and he just pushes his wheelchair like way down the arena, and the Kingdom have to go chase after him. It was really funny. And then MJF just talks about how he's going to beat the crap out of Juice Robinson and keep his Dynamite dozen win, and then do the same to Jay White. And it gets interrupted. The video screen gets all staticky and stuff, and then when it comes back on, the person in the devil mask is standing up on the screen, and then it just kind of cuts back, and then it goes to the pyro for Dynamite and everything like that. So this was a a really good way to kick off Dynamite. This is obviously something different that's happened because this is the first time the person with the devil mask has shown up while MJF was doing a promo or anything like that. It's typically been when MJF isn't really involved in any way, shape, or form. But obviously, there is an out that MJF could use because obviously stuff can be edited, as we know. So obviously, this could have just been, something that if MJF is the guy with the devil mask, this could have been something that he filmed earlier and he just edited this in and all that type of stuff. But yeah, overall, I really like this backstage segment. It set up, obviously, the Dynamite doesn't win match. You've now introduced Roderick Strong and MJF's relationship that they're potentially going to have. And I thought MJF just cut a great promo. And again, you've continued the Devil's Mask thing. So I like this. How did you feel about this and how everything went to hype up, the opening match that was going to take place on this show?
I think I missed this joint. I
can't
forgot
really
what
blame-
time I watched. I started watching Dynamite, but I think I missed this part. Like I know I saw the first match, but yeah.
I can't blame you because you probably expected it's the typical intro that they normally play. Well, that wasn't the case this time.
Not really. It's just I wasn't keeping track of time.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, it was good stuff though. So so then it kicked off. We had the Dynamite Diamond Ren match. It was MJF, who's the Ren carrier, defending his Ren against Juice Robinson. And yeah, this match was very good. I thought it was very exciting. MJF just immediately attacks Juice Robinson. He beats the crap out of him. He throws him into the steps. He throws him into the ring post. And then he throws him into the barricade. And before this, he had thrown him into the ring post, which caused Juice Robinson to get busted open. And then he had to run in big boot, sending Juice Robinson over the guardrail and everything like that. And then they fight over ringside. MJF is about to stomp Juice Robinson's head into the steps, and the guns distract him, and this allows Juice Robinson to throw MJF into the steps. And I forget at one point, I'm pretty sure it was before the match, Jay White comes out and he provides commentary for the match. He doesn't say all that much on commentary, which was fairly disappointing, but he was there. And yeah, Juice Robinson just dominates MJF. He hits a really good suplex onto him, and he just really takes over MJF. Eventually, MJF mounts a comeback. He hits a few shoulder thrusts. He does the 10 punches in the corner, but instead of the 10th punch being a punch, he just bites Juice Robinson. And then he does the kangaroo kick, and he does this really cool dive where he takes out the guns ringside, which was awesome. And then during the match and the picture-in-picture commercial break, Juice Robinson kept cheating. He kept using the scarf of MJF to choke him. And then eventually, when MJF went to do it himself, he got caught, but the ref didn't care. He just let that happen. I think it was. I know we were critical of that. Well, in the Lost Retro now of WCW doing this, I was okay with it with AEW doing this, just because this was kind of a personal grudge rivalry. So I was okay with them not sticking to the rules right here. And the ref did try to get enforce the rules a little bit, so I was okay with that. And then MJF hits the heat seeker, but Juice Robinson gets his foot on the ropes, so the ref has to call a rope break. And then Juice Robinson hits the rock hard DDT, and MJF actually kicks out, which was a great kick out for him. And then the finish comes. The guns are distracting the referee, and then Juice Robinson is getting ready to use the win that Jay White gave him, I think a couple weeks ago now at this point. I don't know what time it is anymore. And then MJF reaches into his trunk and he has the Dynamite dozen win. And he clocks Juice Robinson in the head with it, and he covers Juice Robinson, and he retains the Dynamite dozen win. So MJF now is a 5-time win carrier. I really liked this match. I thought it was very good. I really liked the storyline that they told with it, and just the heat that they had in here. And I actually like the way that MJF won. You can make the argument this was probably the time to take the win off of MJF because he's had the win basically since it's been a thing, and you can make the argument he doesn't really need it since he's pretty much a baby face now and stuff. But I think MJF needed to get some type of revenge onto Bullet Club Gold, and I thought this was the perfect way to do it. So I was fine with this. I know there's other stuff that happens afterwards, but because I want to kind of you know I feel like it makes more sense to have you talk about the match first, just because there's a lot that happens in the post match. So we'd just be it'd be all over the place if I had to do it that way. But yeah, overall, how did you feel about this match and with how it played out?
It was a good opener. It was a really good opener, and like they got over what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to show MJF literally, just finally got his comeups, and after all the bullshit he been through with them, well, with Juice specifically. So it was a good match. Did what it's supposed to do, but one thing I would say is that what happens after the match feeds into why I would say that Collision found its footing.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happens post match. So after the match, MJF doesn't even get a chance to celebrate. Jay White and Bullet Club Gold go in there and just beat the crap out of MJF. And the Kingdom and Roderick Strong try to come out to make the save, but they fight them off pretty easily. I mean, it's also 2-on-1 because Roderick Strong's still in a wheelchair at this point, and he can't get into the ring to do anything about it. So that's why, it's just down to 2-on-1. I was trying to remember how did Roderick Strong get injured, but I remember now. It was from the Joe match. I was trying to think like what caused Roderick Strong to go into a wheelchair, but now I remember what it was. Again, I think they have to keep that gimmick going because Adam Cole's legit injured. I think obviously by now he would have found out he faked his injury, but again, they have to change the storyline as it goes along. But then even though Bullet Club Gold is still beating up MJF, the Acclaim went out to make the save, which got a huge reaction, and they help MJF fight off the Bullet Club Gold, and then Jay White cuts a promo, and he still puts up the offer for an 8-man tag team match between where MJF has to find 3 partners to face Bullet Club Gold, and he'll take back his championship, and MJF accepts, and the Kingdom think that the MJF is going to pick them to be his partners, and MJF, says that he doesn't want them to be his partners. He calls OGK mid, and he calls Roderick Strong, Roderick scum and all that type of stuff, and then Matt Caster thinking that he's gonna pick them, and MJF tells Matt Caster that he wouldn't pick him to be his tag team partner if he was on fire, and he was the only one that could put it out. And Max Caster then is like, "So you're telling me there's a chance?" They do the whole Dumb and Dumber 1 bit, which is good. And Anthony Bowens and Billy Gunn, are trying to calm down Max Caster because he went kind of too far right there. And then MJF, he's about to walk off, and Max Caster wants him to scissor him, and he pulls out his hand to do the scissoring, and MJF just closes that, puts that down, and this really pissed off Billy Gunn. He was like going to attack MJF, and the Claimed had to hold him back. And MJF goes to walk to the back. And I forgot to mention also before this, because there was just so much going on right here, the Guns challenged MJF to put up the ROH World Tag Team titles at Full Gear on the 0 Hour. And MJF accepted that. And they didn't, if you go on Wikipedia, it's not very clear if MJF is just going to do it by himself or with a mystery partner, because all it says is MJF and a mystery partner versus the Guns. So that might tie into a future storyline and all that type of stuff. So, then MJF is walking off, and then Kenny Omega comes out. And, Kenny Omega talks about he's been watching MJF. He's been really impressed with his world title, and he wants MJF to accept a world title match against him because he wants to defend his streak because MJF is 3 days away from well, by this point he was anyways, breaking Kenny Omega's streak as the longest reigning AEW World Champion. And Kenny Omega is wondering if MJF is going to be the scumbag that Kenny Omega knows that he has and not accept his challenge, or be their scumbag and accept his challenge. And MJF actually accepts the challenge, and he makes the match official for a Collision, and basically says that he wants the best spout machine Kenny Omega. He doesn't want the Kenny Omega that's been on this massive losing streak and everything like that. And Kenny Omega even does admit that he doesn't deserve this title shot, but he wants it just so he can defend the streak. Because Kenny Omega's win-loss record hasn't been the greatest this year, singles wise, anyways. And
Fucking
then
loser.
hey, not as much as other people on the roster.
Oh
so.
God, bro, that shit's a I'm not even gonna go to there real quick. Shit's pitiful.
But yeah, MJF and Kenny Omega shake hands, and Kenny Omega pulls MJF closer and tells MJF 3 more days, bitch, and just walks off. And that was basically the segment. Later in the night, it got made official that the match was going to take place at Collision, and that was this segment right here. A lot to unpack there, Zero. I like this segment a lot. It shows that MJF has all these people around him, either want to be friends with him or want to take his titles and all that type of stuff. And I just love that there's just so much that MJF has going on. And this does make me kind of think that he is resigning, because if he's not resigning, I just don't see AEW setting up all these people. I don't just see how they could blow off. I mean, I know his contract's up in 2024. I think it's January 4th of 2024. I just don't see how AEW could wrap up all these storylines for MJF in the span of that.
It's possible.
It is possible, but it's going to be really tough for them.
I mean, I could do it.
One of them they can't blow off is obviously the Adam Cole one, because Adam Cole's not going to be back until MJF would already be out of the company. But yeah, I really like this though. You're setting up a lot of stuff with MJF and just all these feuds with the Kingdom, the Acclaimed, and then actually I don't even know what the Acclaimed is. That's really not a feud, but and then Kenny Omega, you set that up. But yeah, I liked all of this. I mean, I know I would have obviously liked to have seen MJF and Kenny Omega face off in different circumstances. Obviously, I've always dreamed that they would have a match with each other, but with what AEW did, I was pretty satisfied with how they did it. So. Yeah, how did you feel about how they interwaved all of MJF stuff here? Because this is basically what this was. It's just either someone wants to be friends with MJF or kick his ass. How did you feel with basically the post match of the Dynamite doesn't win match and everything like that?
It was pretty solid, especially since we're getting a fucking. My thing is that I kind of think this is too early, but I get what they're trying to do, which I'm not mad at. They're really setting him up to be the guy that's going to lead the fucking company, which is fucking dope, because this nigga could really do this shit for real. And this is why I believe Collision is going to be okay. I know we're supposed to talk about this during us talking about a Collision, but I can't hold it no more. They sold me. They really did.
Yeah,
I was a happy camper during that match. Like, that's the only thing I want to talk about, because Dynamite and them, it was good and all, but nothing can't beat what I witnessed on television, bro. So
I can't blame you.
So let's hurry up and talk about the rest of the bullshit show before I lose my mind. So yeah.
Anything else you want to say about the opening? With
good shit.
Everything else.
That's all I can say.
Next, Wardlow has a video package, and yeah, he's talking about how he didn't go away necessarily because of injuries or anything like that.
Because you're a bitch. That's why.
the time that he spent away wasn't good for his mental health, and he said that he wants to take everything from MJF. Again, another challenger.
Oh, boo-hoo, cry me a river.
He talks about how he thinks it's he thinks it's unfair that MJF all of a sudden now is getting all this love and basically is going to be the face of the company, while MJF did all that dastardly stuff to him years ago and everything like that. And he said that he's going to take everything from MJF and be the wrestler that he was meant to be. So
man, you bitch ass enough.
yeah,
Whatever, Warlow.
I liked this segment overall. Setting up a nice challenger for MJF. How'd you feel about it?
It was a good segment, but cry me a river, bro.
I can't blame you on that one. Then we had John Silver and Alex Reynolds versus Hook and Rob Van Dam.
This was random as fuck. This was so fucking random.
If you follow AEW's Instagram page, they did do a promo where John Silver and Alex Reynolds wanted to have this match because they were upset at Orange Cassidy because they lost the international title match. So they wanted to hurt one of Orange Cassidy's friends in Hook. And RVD was just there because it's in Philly. So you kind of had to get that. But overall, this was relatively good stuff. They dominate Hook for a little bit, and then eventually RVD gets the hot tag. And behind the ref's back, Evil Uno tries to run in with a steel chair, but Van Dam hits the Van Daminator onto him. And then afterwards, he hits the 5-star frog splash, I believe, on Alex Reynolds. And then Hook puts John Silver into the Red Room, and he ends up tapping out. It was this was good stuff. I liked this for what it was. There was a little smile on Hook because he was teaming up with RVD. This is like the first time Hook's really shown any emotion.
Man was like from ear to ear.
That was a happy emotion, anyways. I know he's shown emotion before when he lost the FTW title the first time and everything like that. But yeah, what do you think of this match overall?
My boy was smiling ear to ear when he was tagging RVD. He was like, "Yeah."
You can't blame him. So, yeah, I like this.
This was one of my dad's opponents. Holy shit.
Taz is calling him Uncle RVD. So there you go. But yeah, then we had the another video for Timeless Tony Storm, another short movie. I like it too. Anytime Tony Storm shows up on screen, it just goes immediately to black and white, like the second she shows up on screen.
So
it gets funnier because it gets funnier too because they do more with it on all the weeks of AEW programming. But yeah, RJ City's about to introduce it, and Tony Storm.
The GOAT, RJ City.
And this week's silent film was about them going to performances and stuff. RJ City is, I don't even know what his role is in the silent film, but he's telling Tony Storm that curtain time's in 15 minutes. And it's funny because Tony Storm doesn't hear him. He has to do it like in the director's microphone things. And when he does it that way, then she finally hears him. And she's upset that she's in Philly and she thinks Philly is a trashy town.
On God, it is.
She said that she wants a bigger stage to wrestle at. And RJ City informs her that at Full Gear, she's going to be challenging for the AEW Women's World Championship. We didn't really know who her opponent was because obviously Hikaru Shida had to defend the title a couple times, so it wasn't official who her opponent was going to be.
Bro, we know who. Bro, we know it's going to be, fucking Shida. Yeah,
it was pretty obvious. I'm saying kayfabe-wise, we didn't know who it was going to be. So, and then, yeah, she's wondering where the butler is, and RJ City's like, the butler's right behind you, because the camera wasn't filmed in position where the butler was, and the butler, I couldn't believe it, it was Luther. Luther's the butler.
Yes, sir.
And
that shit was funny as fuck, bro. I was like, ain't no way.
Luther asks Tony Storm if there's anything that she needs, and she said that she's a little hungry, and Luther hands her a clementine, and she eats the clementine without even peeling it off or anything like that. She just eats it. And then that's kind of like how the silent movie ended. I think it just ended after that. She basically said that she's going to be the new champ and all that type of stuff. But this silent movie was awesome. I loved it. What did you think of this? I thought that was awesome. And then Return of Luther, that was awesome.
Bro, when I saw Luther, I was like, let's fucking go. My boy. This ugly motherfucker, bro.
Anything else you want to say about the silent film?
That shit needs to be an Oscar.
Maybe
It was
it will
Oscar
be.
worthy of fucking man. It moved me. I was crying.
Yeah. Then we had Tony Khan's gift for Stin. Tony Schiavone's out there. He brings out Stin and Darby Allin, and Darby Allin still has the sling from when Nick Wayne smashed his arm with the steel chair on Collision a few weeks ago. And Stin gets on the mic and he talks about how he forgot to give some thank yous. He gave some thank yous to people in Philadelphia because he didn't thank them. He might just do that wherever AEW is now, going his retirement tour. Excalibur screwed up, by the way. He mentioned that Stin was retiring at Full Gear 2024. That's pretty bad fuck up right there. Like, wait, I thought it was Revolution 2024, but yeah. It happens. Taz called him out for it, and Excalibur laughed about it. So
Of course, Taz does. What a dickhead, bro.
But Stan also thanks Darby Allin and calls him the best tag team partner that he's ever had.
Nah, shut the fuck up, bro.
A lot of people booed when he said this, and Stan said, "No, it's true. He is the best tag team partner I've ever had." And he talks about how Darby Allin has grit and stuff like that, and he's got like determination. He's willing to take risks and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, the man always nearly kills himself in the fucking ring. Of course.
There was a weird look, I will mention, that Darby Allin gave Stin when Stin mentioned he forgot to thank him. So that might turn into something. I'm not sure. It might not. I'm just saying, there's a reason. I think they did that. Typically, wrestling doesn't just let that shit slide. And yeah, Stin was in the middle of talking, and then Tony Schiavone just immediately cut him off, and he was like, "Yeah, let's just bring out your special guest. There's not a special guest, special gift from Tony Khan." And the gift was Ric Flair. Ric Flair comes out, and the reason this is happening is Ric Flair is there because he was there for when Stin put himself on the map, doing the match at the First Clash of Champions pay-per-view. And he talked about how, Stin showed that he really wanted this when he went 55 minutes with them. And not a lot of people back then and even really today go 55 minutes. And
okay. That is a true but not true statement at the same time, because a lot of fucking wrestlers now, well, not a lot of wrestlers, but the only way you could see somebody going 55 minutes is either they're going up against motherfuckers in Japan, or they feel like it.
Yeah, that's fair. But he mentions that Stin, showed heart because he didn't really take many deep breaths during the match. He did the whole match all the way through. And he says that he's looking forward to being on the ride with Stin when he retires. And I think that's the case. There's been reports recently that Ric Flair's just really going to be there just until Stin retires, which is fine. I'm okay with that. It kind of makes sense, Ric Flair and Stin are pretty much inseparable. They've been around because I think the match where they faced off was on TBS, so that's why they brought back Ric Flair. And then Christian Cage comes out with
Luchasaurus,
Nick Wayne.
Goat. The fucking goat, bro.
How's everybody's father feeling today?
Yeah, man, how's everybody's father doing today?
You haven't done that in a couple weeks, actually. So, but Christian Cage comes out and he says that he doesn't really, he hates to interrupt a moment. But last week, Stin and Darby Allin got involved in business that had nothing to do with him, so he was just getting revenge, pretty much. And he talks about how he realizes that the Stin and Darby Allin problem isn't going to go away on its own. And he obviously makes fun of Ric Flair, too. He talks about how if there was a god, Ric Flair would have died 20 years ago. He mentions... I'm
still wondering how he's still alive anyways, but I'm not going to hold you.
Yeah. He mentions, that Tony Khan just pulled up the checkbook just to get an old decrepit Ric Flair.
That's crazy.
Just so that way Stin could just feel satisfied in his retirement. Like he just buries Ric Flair for about 5 minutes, which was awesome.
That was a crazy thing to fucking say to, to Rick. First of
And
all,
Ric Flair was laughing at this too. It's like he's heard this before. So, then
oh shit.
Christian Cage has a proposal because he doesn't want Sting to make it to Revolution 2024. So he proposes for a 6-man tag team match at Revolution. It's going to be Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne versus Sting, Darby Allin, and a mystery partner. Obviously, it can't be Ric Flair because Christian Cage mentions that if it's Ric Flair, he's just going to be rolling around on the floor and he probably will die in the ring. So it's got to be somebody else. Which, please, I hope it isn't Ric Flair, but I think Ric Flair would just be in the corner. But Sting.
Wait, that 6-man tag is gonna be at Revolution?
No, it's not. It's gonna be at Full Gear, but
I was about to say.
Sting doesn't want it. Christian Cage doesn't want Sting making it to Revolution, so he wants to try to end his career at Full Gear. And then Sting accepts the challenge, and there's more on this later about who that third mystery partner could be. But I like this a lot. I mean, it's really weird that Ric Flair was a big signing in 2023. Obviously, we're living in weird times, but I'm okay with Ric Flair being there just for Sting's last ride and everything like that. So I'm okay with that. I'm obviously okay with the 6-man tag team match happening. Christian Cage was awesome. He was probably, other than MJF, maybe the highlight of the whole show, as he typically is. And then this was good stuff, I liked this. Anything you want to say about this?
How's everybody's father doing today?
Yeah,
but
that's how
like,
it was.
but like, just seeing Ric Flair, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here, bro?
I know,
Don't you
yeah.
got something else better to do, bro?
I don't think so. Remember he's had several divorces. He doesn't have a lot of money right now.
Go fuck
So,
another chick, bro. Like you fucking need
yeah,
pussy
he
right
did
now,
that.
bro. Come on now.
Yeah, it just does kind of make me question what the relationship's like with Ric Flair and WWE, because it does seem odd that he's in AEW now. Which
I'm not even surprised.
But
Fair.
we'll see. Next, Renee Paquette interviews Chris Jericho. This was filmed earlier in the day, and Chris Jericho talks about how in his 30 years of his wrestling career, he's never been dominated the way that Powerhouse Hobbs dominated him a few weeks ago. And
that's still hilarious, though. I'm not gonna hold you. Just seeing this poor fucker getting mauled.
Yeah, Jericho says that a dominant loss like that can hurt your ego a little bit. And Jericho said that he's done some reflection. He might need to he potentially needs to reinvent himself. But he talks about how Don Callis has been building a family around him, and Jericho mentions that he's made a lot of friends in this business, and he knows another big powerhouse that's going to take out Powerhouse Hobbs, and he's going to reveal him. I think he's going to reveal him next week. He didn't really say that, but it's pretty. He's going to reveal him fairly soon. But I liked this. I don't know who. I feel like I have an idea about who the powerhouse could be. I'm thinking Paul White, because that would make a lot of sense with Jericho and Paul White's tag run, and I think Paul White's able to go. So I like that. Plus, it'd be a good showcase for Powerhouse Hobbs and everything like that. But I liked this. I thought this was a good interview by Jericho here, and it's just good stuff. It was just a good babyface promo. Anything you want to say about this, and who do you think the big powerhouse Jericho is thinking about bringing in?
It's gonna be Captain Insano.
Oh, that'd be cool too.
Yeah. But like for what other powerhouses is there? If he brings Alexander Hammerstone, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Because he just.
Yeah, he just got released. But if he brings that motherfucker, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I'm like, ain't no fucking way they actually got this nigga here.
Yeah.
But do I even? I don't know what the powerhouses are there. If you bring like there's a few you could bring in, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, Barley.
I'm trying to think. There was another one, and I knew his name until I had to think of it. What's the name of that powerhouse he brought in to take out John Moxley?
Jeff
a
Cobb?
few years ago. Jeff Cobb, yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
I don't
But there's,
know.
so I like to see that match also. I assume that match, that powerhouse match, will happen probably at Full Gear. And Jericho will just do commentary for it. So there you go. Next, we had the ROH World Six-Man Tag Team Championship match. It was Heyman, Adam Page, and the Young Bucks defending against the Hardy Boys and Brother Zay. Really good tag team match here. I really like this a lot. It was actually very good. I'm underselling it a little bit. Pretty odd. The Hardys and Brother Zay wrestled. They were kind of wrestling as the heels in this match. Because they were kind of the ones that were taking a lot of shortcuts and everything like that. Like Jeff Hardy did like a knee to the back of Matt Jackson, and then Matt Hardy capitalized on it and everything like that. And they were kind of the ones that took the heat or gave the heat in this match. So it was interesting that they kind of wrestled heel here. I hope it's not like a recurrent thing. I guess you could do it, and there's potential with it, but I don't really think you need to do it. I think they can just this can just be a one-time thing. But eventually, Heyman Adam Page gets the hot tag. He starts taking everybody out. He gets a really good Alahara moonsault on the outside of everybody, which was awesome. And they tried to recreate the finish of when Brother Zay upset Nick Jackson a few years ago, but it didn't work this time. And it did this really cool thing where Jeff Hardy hit a twist of fate onto Heyman Adam Page, and he kept like the hold on to him so that way Brother Zay could hit a dive on the Young Bucks. It was really cool. And then Matt Hardy did one himself, and then Jeff Hardy hit the Swanton, and they nearly won the belts, but the Young Bucks broke up the pinfall just in time. The Young Bucks went on a super kick party, and Heyman Adam Page went for the buckshot lariat, but they realized they weren't going to hit it, so Heyman Adam Page stopped his momentum, and then eventually the Young Bucks hit the double super kicks on the Hardy Boys, and then Heyman Adam Page hit the buckshot lariat, followed by the BTE trigger, and Heyman Adam Page and the Young Bucks retained the ROH World Six-Man Tag Team Championships. That's not it.
Nah,
Swerve Strickland.
let me talk about this one. Let me talk about this one because this was the most.
Well,
this was the most.
I really like this match. I thought it was very good. Do you want to talk about the match, and then you can talk about the segment?
No, fuck the match. The match I don't give a fuck about. I want to talk about the wildest shit I've ever seen in fucking wrestling history, bro.
This is wild.
Okay. There has been home invasions in wrestling since the day I was born. But this shit was fucked. And I love it.
Insane, yeah.
I love this segment every bit because one, fuck Hangman.
Talk about it.
But two, bro, okay, so Swerve created so Swerve decided to do home invasion. If you don't know what home invasion is, it's when you literally it's in the name, home invasion, bro. The fuck. But so Swerve, he came out. Like, he literally broke into the fucking house. This man has the audacity to tell one of Hangman's kids' drawings, saying this shit ass, bro. I'm like, all right, bro. Then
he ripped it up too.
Then he ripped it up, and then he jumped on somebody else's couch. You don't do that. You don't do that. It's rude. Then again, I'm a rude ass motherfucker anyways, but like, he literally kicked back in somebody else's couch, bro. Like, if you live in a black household, you don't do that, bro. Like, you don't you don't do that shit, bro. You get your ass kicked out the house and get your ass whooped at the same time. So this man, okay, decides to go into Hangman's kid room. I thought he was about to punch the fucking baby.
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah,
I thought he was about to do some wild shit, but no. He decided, he's basically saying that Strickland was basically talking mad shit, saying that all that Hangman has a price to pay. So the price to pay was giving this little bastard a Mongol embassy shirt, basically trying to recruit the poor fucker, or basically trying to. But his whole premise is that he wants to leave a mark. He wants to make things a lot personal. He wants to make things personal. So he did. Nigga broke into somebody else's house, ripped up the kid's painting, put his feet, I think, on the couch with his shoes on, and then proceeds to give the baby a fucking Mongol embassy shirt. If that's not a diabolical ass nigga, that is a diabolical ass nigga. Because and I'm gonna say this until this actually happens. Give this man the world title because he will be diabolical.
Yeah,
Him and MGF will have one of the best fucking feuds I've ever seen. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if MJF going to lose the title and leave, give it a Swerve.
I would love that, yeah.
And Swerve could swerve his way throughout the whole title reign. Have this man be the tribal chief.
You really could do that, yeah.
He could be but like, this was my favorite fucking segment the whole show because I never seen no nigga shit like that in my life, bro. Like,
yeah, it was awesome.
Damn.
One of my favorite things out of it too was there was like chocolate or something like on the table, and Prince Nana helped himself to it. And Swift was just like, "What are you doing, bro?" Like it was just like,
right.
I love too. Like it got to a point where even Prince Nana thought Swift Circle was even going too far. Like it was yeah, this was awesome. I don't understand why Hangman on Page like ran backstage like in a rush. Like,
He's not gonna make it, bro. I was like, why you, bro? You're not even gonna make it. By the time you get there, he's done.
Yeah.
The fuck are you, bro? I swear these baby faces really do be pissing me off.
Where was his wife? Where was Heyman out of Page's wife, by the way? Is this baby just sleep?
Probably fucking some other dude or some shit. I don't know.
I don't know.
Probably be fucking Swerve. That should be hilarious. So I'm not gonna hold you.
I don't like that. The door was just unlocked, by the way, too. They just helped themselves in. Too.
I swear to God, white people neighborhoods be. No wonder we be robbing your asses.
Next, Adam Copeland gets interviewed, and when Abe cuts, like, what are your thoughts of what you just saw out there? I was just thinking, like, wait, what do you mean? Like, the Swerve Circuit just broke into somebody's house? Is that what he's talking about? No, but they were talking about the stint, and I'm like, that's not what just happened. Though. We just saw someone break into somebody's house.
You literally saw another man broke into somebody's house and gave their own child a shirt just to make its mark. That is something you need to be talked about because that is the most wildest shit. But then again, Edge cannot be talking, bro. He did some wild shit as well.
This happened to Adam Copeland a couple years. Ago.
Actually, it was with Triple H.
No, it's Seth Rollins.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Adam Copeland knows how Adam Page feels. But yeah, Adam Copeland, they're talking about the stint thing, and Adam Copeland says that he's not going to be the mystery partner because he's not here to fight Stin. He's here to not Stin, Christian Cage. He's here to be friends with him and all that type of stuff. And Darby Allin and Stin come up, and Darby Allin's trying to tell Adam Copeland that you need to put that fantasy dream to the side. It's clearly not going to happen. And Stin is just giving this heart-to-heart to Adam Copeland, where he says that, Adam Copeland needs to put his friendships aside because things can change in a whim in the wrestling business, as you know. And he tells Adam Copeland that he needs to make a decision soon before it's too late, because basically Adam Copeland's losing patience with Stin, and he says that they go way back, even though that doesn't really make sense, considering the fact that they haven't been in the same company, but whatever. And yeah, Stin and Darby Allin walk away all pissed, and Adam Copeland is just left perplexed. He doesn't really know what to do. So, what do you think of this interview here? I thought it was, I thought it got really good once Stin started like giving this heart-to-heart to Adam Copeland. So I thought that was good.
It was alright. Literally, like, To be fair, I didn't really just. I was like, whatever about it. It was just another.
I don't know what
bullshit.
Adam Copeland was doing there. He wasn't booked for a match or anything like that. He's just there, so it's like I
I
don't
just
know what
want
he
to
was
see what's
doing
going on, you know.
there. Yeah, I guess he could do that from his. He could do that from his couch. So,
That's too much work.
wait a minute. How is that? That's less work though. He has to fly
That's
on a
too much
plane.
work.
Went to. He has to fly on a plane. Rent a car to get to the arena, and yet he could have
It's
just sat
too
home.
much work. Get over it.
It's more work to go there than it is to stay home. So all he has to do is just put it on his TV. That's not that hard. Like
Yes, it is.
more harder than renting. He
Look,
dude
man,
had to
it's
rent-
more harder to stay in the house and not do shit. Okay, you don't understand the wrestling business.
I think you're the one that's not understanding this. So, well, at least he's because he's gonna get paid no matter what, whether he stays home or goes there anyways. So he was only on TV for like 5 minutes. And anyhow, then we had the worst match of the whole show. Not necessarily a bad match. I just didn't care about it. I was on my phone doing most of it. It was the AEW Women's World Championship match. It was Hikaru Shida versus Ruby Soho. There was just a bunch of bullshit going on in this match that I really didn't care about. Then the finish just really falls apart. All of a sudden, Ruby Soho tries to spray the face paint into Shida, but it doesn't work. So she tries to, I think Shida gets the spray paint. And I don't know why, but Ruby Soho tried to hide it because they realized that I don't even know what was going on, but like a lot of stuff just happened. I didn't know what was going on. Then all of a sudden, there was just a bunch of finishers that were going on, and that was just like, okay, this match is just getting way too complicated now. And then Sheeta just wins, and yeah, it's just what happens. I really, and then afterwards, Tony Storm comes out,
For
and
some fucking
this was
reason.
funny. Luther, they're making this a thing now too. Luther's gonna be the butler because he was out there. And anytime, like I said, they showed Tony Storm on screen, the screen went to black and white. But anytime it showed Sheeta or anything else, it just was regular colors and everything like that. It was awesome. And I love Sheeta's reaction here. She just looked at Tony Storm like, what the hell was going on right here? Like, it was hilarious. I thought that was awesome. But yeah, this women's title match was just no good. I really didn't care about it. So anything you want to say about it?
Destination unknown, Ruby song.
She didn't even come out to that song though.
Which
so,
sucks.
Yeah. Next, MJF gets interviewed in the trainer's room, and he just talks about how he's going to try to find a tag team partner. And then Samoa Joe comes up to him.
Some guy
and
named Joe, of course, had to show up.
And he makes a deal with MJF that he will be one of his tag team partners and basically be protection for him if he gives if MJF gives Samoa Joe a rematch for the AEW World Championship.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Fuck everything. I would take that because Joe could do some damage. So,
but MJF accepts, but he doesn't accept the deal necessarily. He kind of looks perplexed about that, but he does accept Samoa Joe's deal for protection, but he doesn't really want to give him the title match because obviously the last time they had the title match, MJF barely got out alive. So I liked this though. You know, again, you're continuing that storyline where MJF just has all these threats around him and everything like that. So I liked this overall. What did you think of this?
love it, love it, love it. I can't get enough of it.
Then we had the main event. It was a tag match. It was Bryan Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli versus Kazuchika Okada and Orange Cassidy. Really good main event. Obviously, Okada was really over here, which I was kind of surprised about. I know Philly's kind of a hardcore fan base, but there's been times when Okada's been on Dynamite and he hasn't gotten much of a reaction. He got a really great reaction here. Orange Cassidy and Danielson start off the match, which was awesome. And Danielson actually pretty much takes Orange Cassidy to school right here, where he just kind of is out wrestling him. And eventually Orange Cassidy has to tag out, and Okada and Claudio go at it for a bit, and they had a nice little exchange. And then eventually Orange Cassidy gets tagged back in, and him and Okada do some really good tag moves towards Claudio. and then eventually, Claudio basically almost takes off Cassie's head with a clothesline, and during the picture-in-picture break, they dominate Orange Cassidy, and then eventually, when it's time for the hot tag, Okada gets tagged in, and so does Danielson at the same time. So they kind of trade shots with each other. Okada gets the better of Danielson just because he's fresher and hasn't been in the match that as much, and he hits a really good neck breaker on the Bryan Danielson. He hits a really good suplex into the knee of Danielson, and he goes for the Rainmaker, but Danielson ducks it, and he hits some really good drop kicks and kicks into the corner. Eventually, Orange Cassidy hits a really good dive on the outside. He gets tagged back in, and him and Claudio go at it. He hits the Stun Dog Millionaire onto Claudio, and then eventually Okada gets he doesn't get tagged by it. He just kind of comes in and does what he wants. And then he hits the Rainmaker on Danielson. And yeah, Daniel starts selling it. His bones, his eyes all messed up. There'll be more on that on Collision. And then Claudio hits the lift up uppercut, the pop up uppercut onto Orange Cassidy. And Claudio Castagnoli beats Orange Cassidy. And because of this, he has an international title match on Wednesday now. And yeah, I thought this was a very good main event. Afterwards, members of the Best Friends / Chaos group have a face-off with the Blackpool Combat Club. And there's certain people that are having face-off with each other. Willa Yuta is having a face-off with Hook, so they may be doing that match for the FTW Championship. And yeah, there's other people. Obviously, Claudio's having a face-off with Orange Cassidy and things like that. And yeah, the medical personnel and stuff are checking on Bryan Danielson. He's just really messed up. And Okada's looking at Danielson like, I got you, and all that type of stuff. So I really like the main event. It is tainted with what we find out came out of the Danielson situation. But overall, I really enjoyed the main event. I thought it was very good stuff. Anything you want to say about the main event?
I want to talk about good whatever main event, but I want to talk about what happened with Danielson because there's two conflicting things that kind of had me thinking a lot about it. So from what I saw and from what I read, yes, I could read. The Rainmaker and the Orange Punch wasn't the injury part. Apparently, it happened during his other match. I think the match against Andrade when Andrade does his pick out boot to knee.
Yeah,
that's where it happened at. Not this match. They're using this match as a theater. Just to storyline and all the bullshit. That's the only reason why they using this match as it. So there you go. There's your little thing. I'm at the point.
The injury is legit.
I'm at the point where I'm just like, don't have fucking Bryan Danielson wrestle every fucking week, bro. Just make it like a special thing, like have him, fight like certain things and like have him fight certain matches for a reason, not every fucking week, bro. Because you see what's going on.
Yeah, I would basically put him on that Adam Copeland, Chris Jericho, Christian Cage like schedule.
Yeah.
Because they don't wrestle all that much. I think the one that wrestles the most is Christian Cage, and before he won the TNT title, he wasn't even wrestling all that much. So, yeah, it does suck. Obviously that Danielson got injured because this is going to be his last year wrestling now, and
it's definitely going to be his last year wrestling.
We're gonna miss like a month of that now, and yeah. Again, I agree with you. I don't think that I think that he should be part time. I think this is proof right here, even though he wants to do it, that he can't do the G1 just because.
He'll get killed in the G1 for real. Because the G1 is no fucking joke. But like apparently he might. I hope to God he has a speedy recovery because he might miss Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
which
I
I'm going
mean,
to be pissed at. Bruh.
yeah, that's gonna suck. It just sucks too. Like, I sometimes wonder if he should have just stayed in the WWE just because he didn't have any of these issues in the WWE.
Oh, the
And it
thing about
just
the WWE things is that the thing about it is that he might not have as many issues, but they won't let him wrestle like for real. Because of his
yeah,
concussions, all of the shit. So it's like whatever.
so it's tough. Um, I just hope he's not gonna be out at least like too long type of thing. But yeah, this sucks obviously. Um, and I feel like it sucks too because a lot of people, there's memes out going out on now and all that type of stuff that says that every time Okada's had a match in AEW, someone's gotten injured. I really don't think you should. I don't think that's really affected that because if you remember, Adam Cole was already pretty messed up when before Okada before that 4-way match that happened at Forbidden Door last year. So you really can't say Okada's a fault for that. And I wouldn't really say Okada's at fault for the second injury. That was more like bad luck type of thing. And then obviously, as we found out, Okada's not even at fault for this one because he was already injured going in. So yeah. Um, but yeah, overall, I thought Dynamite was a relatively solid show. I'm gonna give it like a B. I probably should rate this higher, but I just thought the Bryan Danielson thing just kind of made me upset, and then the Ric Flair debut, which is kind of weird. So overall, it was yeah, relatively it was mostly fine. So it was relatively good. But yeah, I liked obviously about everything else that happened on it. Loved everything they did with MJF. I loved the all-weight six-man tag title match. I liked the Jericho interview, and I liked Timeless Tony Storm and everything like that. So anything else? What would you give Dynamite as like a rating?
It
Whatever
was
you do for
okay.
rating.
Nothing much. It was okay. It was an episode. It was a decent episode. That's all I've been giving it.
Now, before we move on to Rampage, I'll just cover this match now because I think it takes place before Dynamite, and I'll just cover it now. So, on Being the Elite, they've been doing bonus matches for AEW. I think we discussed it. I don't think it's going to be in canon with AEW storylines or anything like that.
It's really
I think it's just going to
not.
be Being the Elite stuff. But since it happened on this show, I'll just mention it because I did see it. The only reason I even know that this happened is Being the Elite's doing this new thing. This is the first week they've done it. They might be trying some new stuff out where they're uploading segments instead of full episodes on this channel. Maybe they're trying to do this just to see like what gets more traction with their episodes and things like that. And they're gonna try to use that with whatever gets more views. But they last week did a bonus match. We didn't cover it because I didn't know about it. And then this week, there was a bonus match. I think it probably took place before Dynamite. I was going to cover it before Dynamite, but admittedly, I did forget. So I'm covering it now. And yeah, it was a bonus match. It did feel like a match you would have probably seen on Dark/Dark Elevation. So there you go. I think they might just do this every so often. But the bonus match for this week on commentary was Mark Henry and Magic Matt Menard. They weren't very good on commentary, mainly Mark Henry. He was pretty bad. But it's not his fault. He's trying. It's just not the thing that he's really. There's a reason he doesn't do commentary for Rampage anymore. I'll just say that right now. But the match this week was Cole Cabana, Brandon Cutler, and Lindsay Dorado versus QTV with I forget her name, but it's the woman that's with QTV. I don't remember what her name is. But yeah, overall, this was a relatively solid match. They did some cool camera cuts where like they switched to the BTE cam and then the actual AEW camera. It's so hazy to think they use the AEW cameras to get this on Being the Elite. The hell's going on here? But whatever. And Lindsay Dorado started off the match and he started going on fire. Orange Cassidy and Brandon Cutler worked pretty well together with each other in this match. They hit some really cool double team moves. Eventually, they get the heat on Lince Dorado, and then eventually, Brandon Cutler gets the hot tag, and the match just spills into chaos. Brandon Cutler does the airplane spin to Aaron Solo, and he does it for too long to the point where he gets dizzy. And during the airplane spin, QT Marshall tags himself in, and he's all dizzy. And this allows QT Marshall to hit the diamond cutter onto Brandon Cutler for the win. And the big storyline they're going for here, I guess, is that Brandon Cutler and Colt Cabana are trying to get their first win together as a tag team. I think the tag team's name is I don't even know what it's known as, but yeah, this was relatively decent little match right here. Nothing really wrong with it. Good being the elite storylines that you would expect to see from the elite and everything like that. So yeah, overall, I enjoyed this for what it was. Lince Dorado was just kind of randomly there. They did a cool thing before the match too, like backstage, where it showed Colt Cabana and Brandon Cutler about to make their entrances, and Brandon Cutler was asked him, "Is this a tag match this time?" No, Colt Cabana was asking Brandon, "Was this a tag match?" And Brandon was like, "No, we have Lince Dorado." I was like, "Oh, that's random." So at least they referenced the fact that's random because it really was random. But yeah, overall, I relatively enjoyed this. I don't think you saw this, right? You didn't see this?
I have no need to.
All right, there you go. But it was entertaining for what it was. I'll try to check in every now and then to see if there's a bonus match. So it's pretty cool. Now let's go over Rampage. Rampage took place on October 27th, 2023. We had Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, and Ian Riccaboni on commentary for it. And I assume you want to talk.
Yeah, but yeah, I have something to say. All right, I watched Rampage for one reason only. My girl Abaddon, and let me tell you, bro, I was happy as I was, man. People missed her.
I thought you would have watched it for the opener, actually, with
what was the
Mike
opener
Santana.
Again?
Mike Santana versus Ortiz, because
I forgot all about that. I did saw it. It was all right, but
yeah,
but I didn't really care a lot because one, why the fuck that storyline on Rampage and why is not on Collision, and two, I cared about Abaddon.
That's fair, but we'll get to that later. The opener was a no disqualification, no count out match. It was Mike Santana versus Ortiz. This was very good. What a shame this match was on Rampage instead of Collision, at least. I would have liked that. Especially their entrances didn't even make it to Rampage. They had to do this thing, where you had to go on YouTube to find their entrances and everything like that, which was a shame. I mean, it's at the held, but I just think I would have liked it if it happened on the actual show. But yeah, this match was very good. Mike Santana starts off very aggressive, and they both just start brawling with each other. And Ortiz hits a really good flip dive onto the outside, and he pulls out a ton of weapons. And he beats up Mike Santana with a kendo stick. He beats him up with a trash can lid. He throws him into the steps. He throws him into the guardrail. Eventually, Mike Santana gains control, and he hits a suicide dive on the floor onto him. He puts him in the ring, and he just cracks him hard right off the back with a trash can lid. And then this was cool. They do a superplex from the top turnbuckle, and Ortiz ends up there was a bunch of weapons that were stacked up and everything like that. And Ortiz cracked his back hard on those weapons. And earlier in the match, Mike Santana stacked up a table. He leaned it up against the guardrail, and he tried to do a flip dive, but he missed. And then the match continues. Mike Santana hits a backflip into an ace crusher onto Ortiz, but Ortiz kicks out of it. And eventually, Santana hits a fireman's carry into he does an airplane spin into a neck breaker onto Ortiz, and Mike Santana gets the victory. I thought somebody had to win this match and somebody had to lose this match. And I guess it makes more sense for it to be Mike Santana because it does seem like they want to give him a push right now. And Ortiz had to take a loss. But I thought both competitors looked strong enough in defeat or win and stuff like that where no one really lost here. Mike Santana afterwards tries to show respect to Ortiz and give him a fist bump. But Ortiz isn't interested in that because he's upset that he wasn't the one that was able to put an end to this. And Mike Santana walks away and he tells Ortiz that he's going to remember this. And it does seem like they do have some plans for Ortiz because afterwards he rolls out of the ring and Sanjay Dutt comes up and he's trying to talk to him and Ortiz just doesn't want to hear it right now, obviously, because he just had to suffer this big loss. But it looks like Sanjay Dutt is trying to recruit Ortiz as like a client of his or something like that. So at least there's a plan for Ortiz. But yeah, I really like this. It does suck that this is going to be one and done. I wish they could do more with this, but I assume it's just they don't want to put up with each other much longer. So they probably just want to do a one and done. Let's make some money. And we were stuck on Rampage. But yeah, I like this really a lot, though. I really wish it would have closed the show. But with what closed the show, I'm not mad at. But yeah, this match was very good. I thought it was very good stuff. Anything, yeah, you want to say about this?
It was a good match. I was more, focused on Abaddon than anything. So, yeah.
And what about your thoughts? Because it does seem like they have plans for Ortiz about what could potentially come with the Ortiz Sanjay Dutt situation.
I'm pretty interested what they're trying to do. I don't know what they're gonna do. Other than I don't know. I don't know what to say about this shit, bro. Because it's like I don't know what to say about this whole fucking. I don't know what to say about this whole like ordeal because it's just I don't get what the fuck they're trying to do.
Yeah, I wonder what's going to be next for Mike Santana also
Maybe
because
something good.
yeah, because obviously too they still have to do something with Ortiz and Eddie Kingston and Mike Santana because you forget they turned their backs on Eddie Kingston. I wonder if that's going to play into that anything at all. So, but yeah, next we had this awesome video package that did a really good job hyping up the AEW World Championship match coming up on Collision. They did like a career showing what MJF had to go through in his career. Same thing for Kenny Omega. And when it was over, Jay White came in to Kenny Omega's locker room and basically reminded Kenny Omega that, even if you beat MJF, anytime we faced off in a singles capacity, I've beaten you. And then, he mentions that the same result's just going to happen again. And then it shows Don Callis walking into MJF's locker room and he tries to basically recruit him to be a part of his family. And MJF isn't interested. I like it too because he was like, "Oh yeah, we can accomplish a lot together. I could win the AEW World Title." And then he's just like, "Oh wait, I'm already the AEW World Champion." And then when he walks off, he tells him to handle that vagina that's stuck on his head, which was really funny. Because obviously that's a reference to the skull and everything like that. So
yeah,
I thought this was a very well good put together video package, and I like that the video package was actually like interrupted. And they both kind of had like things going on, like with Kenny Omega with Jay White and Don Callis with MJF. So I really like that a lot. What do you think of this?
it's alright. Like it was good. That's all I'm gonna say. Like it was good. Like yeah.
And then backstage, Chris Statlander, Willow Nightingale, and Sky Blue got interviewed. This apparently was at the request of Chris Statlander. So I guess she's one on the show now. And Chris Statlander wants to know what's going on with Willow Nightingale and Sky Blue because they haven't been the same since they got misted by Julia Hart. And Willow Nightingale said that, there's a darkness that she's trying to fight, but she's trying to fight it. She doesn't want to fall in line. And Willow Nightingale asked Sky Blue what's going on with her. And Sky Blue says, I just want to focus on the match tonight, and just walks off. So, yeah, that was basically it for that.
Corruption level is at well for Pillow, hers has been decreased by fuck, like around, damn, I don't. It just been decreased. That's all I know. But like, probably she's at a whopping 20%, because she is, because her fight of it is pretty. It does a lot. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
to me
And
for
then with Sky,
Sky Blues is, it's probably like around 75.
yeah.
It, so yeah, that's the corruption level, and back to you.
What do you think of the segment overall? I liked it.
It was it 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 didn't need to happen, because they've been doing this shit the past few fucking weeks, bro.
Yeah. Well, you'll find out too because they did the same segment on Collision actually. So, um, next, Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford are in the ring. Cut the
I
promo
never
and
seen shirtless sleeves. That joint fucked me up. I'm like, why he has shirtless sleeves, bro? What the
yeah, it was weird.
fuck?
But they're making fun of the sports teams in Philadelphia, and he's trying to make it seem like he's this sports buff, but he's getting like the sports teams won and everything like that. Like they do this joke where Penelope Ford has to like correct them and everything like that. And then eventually Mark Briscoe returns. He interrupts him, and before he can really get into the ring, Kip Sabian, says that you're just like everybody here in Philly, you're trash. And he mentions that you worked hard um, for what you've had, and you're still in the same attire and everything like that. And then Mark Briscoe attacks him, and he basically sends Kip Sabian packing. And that was it. I like this for the um, Mark Briscoe return. I thought that was awesome. I was really confused. I thought this was going to be a match. I didn't realize it was a promo segment because they never really do promo segments anymore on Collision. Not Collision, Rampage. So I was really confused. But overall, I like this for the return of Mark Briscoe. I assume this isn't going to be a long feud. I imagine they're just going to have a match on the next episode of Rampage. But I liked this for what it was. I enjoyed seeing Mark Briscoe return. So how'd you feel about this?
It was random as shit, bro. The fucking shirtless sleeves. I was so pay attention to that because that was just ridiculous outfit. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I can't blame you. Um, then we had a interview segment with Magic Matt Menard, Cool Hand Ange, Jake Hager, Daniel Garcia, and Anna Jay. Anna Jay wants, she said that the issues have been put behind them. They said, we're gonna focus on just being a family now. And Anna Jay says that she wants all of them out there, accompanying her ringside when when she has the women's world title number one contenders match. And then Don Callis comes up, and he thinks that Jake Hager. He just interrupts the interview and everything like that too, and he noticed that Jake Hager's a big boy and everything like that, and he's trying to basically recruit him. He tries to recruit Matt Manon and Cool Hand Ange to be a part of his family because he needs a tag team to take out Chris Jericho, and he said that they seem interested in it. And when he walks off, Daniel Garcia is just like, "You see what this guy is trying to do? He's trying to exploit us and manipulate us and everything like that." And then Anna Jay just tells everybody to calm down, and they leave. That's not the end of the segment. Cool Hand Ange stays behind, and Ruby Soho comes up to him, and it's revealed that he left his comb at catering, so she gives it to him, and he wishes his condolences the fact that she lost the AEW Women's World Title match, but said that there's going to be other opportunities, and she wonders when those opportunities are going to come for Cool Hand Edge. And then she walks away, and Anna Jay has to call him over. He's like, "Yeah, I'm coming." And yeah, this was let's break this segment down. I obviously liked the Don Callis part of it, but I'm not really sure what to make of the Cool Hand Edge Ruby Soho. It seems like they're going to be an item on screen, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna give this like a thumbs in the middle if I was gonna rate this because this segment just was really weird. It just seems like this is stuff to try to do on Rampage, and I just don't really think it's gonna really work out. I feel like the Daniel Garcia thing could work out. I think it's time for him to break out on his own. I think He probably should have broken out on his own by now, anyways. But I really don't know what to make of the Cool Hand Andrew Ruby Soho pair up they're trying to set up. But overall, how do you feel about this? It was just weird.
The moment the first word was spoken, I just stopped caring.
I can't blame you. I'll let since this is why we're here. I'll let you talk about it. The whole reason you liked Rampage this week.
Mm-hmm.
You even showed any interest in Rampage this week.
Bro, this is the only match I fucking care about. This is basically Abaddon taking on against the Corruption Sisters and some girl named Anna J. The match was basically, it was a fatal 4-way match. So basically, you're expecting some fatal 4-way shit. One move at a time, two people at a time, and then all of a sudden, some bullshit happens. Somebody get pinned, kick out, some moves is hit, kick out, then all of a sudden, submission holds, kick out, and then on sorts of unnecessary shit. The smart money will probably be like Anna J. Oh my god, is she gonna win? Hell no, fuck her. What about Willow? No. Then Sky Blue? The fuck? You're not a Crip? Hell no. The winner was my girl Abaddon, the fucking Walking Dead, the living zombie. Well, she's not a zombie, she's just a lost soul. So yeah, Abaddon won. The match was, the match is 5 stars. Why? Because Abaddon won. That's why. I don't give a fuck. I'm biased. Okay? I'm biased.
That's fair.
So yeah.
Overall,
go ahead.
Yeah, overall, I enjoyed this for what it was. I liked this 4-way here. It did make sense for Abaddon to win, obviously, because they clearly wanted to get a Halloween theme match in there. The right person took the pin. They did play up to the storyline with Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale, where Willow Nightingale was trying to tell Sky Blue, whoever you wow isn't you. And I don't even know what happened to Willow Nightingale. She just disappeared. Nothing happens to her in the match. She just disappeared out of nowhere. A big significant thing that did happen was Sky Blue actually attacked Willow Nightingale in the match. You could say it's 4-way stuff though, but there was more of a she was trying to end her career type of attack. So there you go. Next, Daddy Ass and the Acclaimed are backstage, and they revealed that next week on Collision is going to be the 69th day as trio champions if they make it that long. And
fucking degenerates. I love it.
They revealed that it's going to be a 6-9 day for them, and Matt Caster is going to send an invitation for MJF to show up at front row, so that way they can 69 him. And they're like, whoa, we're not doing that. And he's saying that Matt Caster trying to go too far, and that was basically it. I thought this was awesome. This was just great. Anything you want to say about this? This was awesome.
Fucking degenerates. That's all I'm gonna say. I love it. I am one.
And then we had a press conference where Tony Khan basically had a version of a media scrum to hype up the international title match. They didn't show the whole thing. It was not even 2 minutes. It was 2 seconds. And yeah, I assume they're gonna upload the whole press conference on the YouTube channel. They just haven't yet, so that's why I really can't talk about it. But yeah, I don't understand why they didn't just upload the whole video package by now. It's just really weird. They just show this press conference and then it's just 2 minutes and then they just move on. But whatever. How'd you feel about this?
I didn't even watch it after that. I literally stopped. Watching Rampage after the Abaddon match because the thing is, me and the boys, I told them I just want to watch Rampage just for this match, and guess what? The match happened, and we cut off Rampage. That's it.
Well, you did yourself a little bit of a disservice because you missed a hell of a match in the main event, and it was Kyle Fletcher versus Konosuke Takeshita.
Oh yeah, I just remember I did see this match.
Oh, okay. So with Don Callis on commentary, I do want to mention something funny, by the way, that I forgot to talk about doing the 4-way. Ian Riccaboni has this big song that he likes to sing when Willow Nightingale comes out, and usually when he sends it on ROH TV, Caprice Coleman will jam out with them, and it's like this big fun time. When he did it on Rampage, Excalibur and Shivani don't even say a word. They just completely like didn't even acknowledge that it happened. Like Ian Cavani's like, "Don't you guys like my sit-in?" He's like, "Yeah, it's good," but you could just tell they've been not expecting that to happen. They were like, "Yeah, that they would not. They didn't know what to make of that." So I thought that was awesome.
Man, I would have told his ass to shut the fuck up.
But yeah, that just shows that I think that's kind of evidence right there that Shivani and Excalibur don't watch ROH because I don't think they expected Ian Cavani was just going to do this big sit along with Willow Nightingale come out. So that was awesome. But yeah, we had this main event here. This was set up on the Instagram thing because there was a segment backstage where Don Callis put down Kyle Fletcher some more, so it led to Kyle Fletcher wanting to face Konosuke Takeshita. And yeah, this match was really good. I thought Kyle Fletcher got a lot of offense in on Konosuke Takeshita. He doesn't win, but I feel like he looked strong enough in defeat and hurt him in defeat. I think he got more offense in, honestly, on Takeshita than Kenny Omega did at All Out. Which, it doesn't really say a lot about Kenny Omega's stock in the company right now, but whatever. That's fixed on Collision. Eventually, Konosuke Takeshita hits a running high knee with his knee brace exposed, and he beats Kyle Fletcher. Afterwards, Fletcher snaps, and he grabs a steel chair, and he blasts Konosuke Takeshita across the back, and then he blasts Hobbs on the back, but because Powerhouse Hobbs is a powerhouse, it didn't affect him. And he's about to basically destroy Kyle Fletcher, but Don Callis talks him out of it. And basically, Kyle Fletcher, it gets revealed that Don Callis was given by Kyle Fletcher what he wanted. He just wanted Kyle Fletcher to show hate in his eyes. And he basically, he's going to be the intern, I forget exactly the term they said, of the Don Callis family. He's going to be the young boy, I think is what he tried to say. That basically he gave him what he wanted, and they all leave together. And it looks like Kyle Fletcher now has joined the Don Callis family. And in Rick Abani did make a good point here that this opens up internationally now because obviously United Empire is a thing. That means that United Empire could be a part of this now because obviously Kyle Fletcher's a part of that. So that opens kind of the door to that now. So that's interesting. I mean, I thought it kind of would have been interesting if Kyle Fletcher did go babyface, since Will Ospreay technically is in the Don Callis family. I thought that kind of would have been interesting, but I don't mind the direction they ended up going in. This did feel like something you would have seen in the Bloodline storyline, which is what I kind of liked about this. If only this segment could have had, I really wish this aired on Collision or Dynamite because I feel like a lot more people would have seen it and it would have carried more weight. But yeah, the match was really good, and yeah, it looks like Kyle Fletcher's a part of the Don Callis family. I imagine he's taking Sammy Guevara's place because he's legit has a concussion, and I think they're not going to put him back because I think by the time he recovers from his concussion, his baby will be born. So I think that's probably why Sammy Guevara hasn't been back for a while. I'm not. The concussion thing's true, but I'm not sure about the whole baby thing being born by then. I'm just guessing there, but I'm pretty sure Ty Conte is due to have a baby pretty soon because it's May. And I think obviously I get it. Just depends on how long it takes. Yeah, it just depends on how long it takes for him to recover from his concussion. I just don't see the point of putting him back if he's gonna have to be off TV again randomly. So
Yeah, I would have
anyhow
write him off. I would have write him off saying he got hit by a fucking car.
I mean, they've done that before. So, but how did you feel about this main event here? And now that Kyle Fletcher is part of the Don Callis family, what does this mean internationally? Like Ian Cavani said, does this mean United Empire is going to be a part of it now? So, what do you think about this?
That would have been a big lull, in my opinion. If the United Empire just end up being another branch of the Don Callis family.
Yeah.
But good match. I just stopped caring after that.
I can't blame you. Mm-hmm. But I really liked Rampage, actually. I'm going to give it a B+. I feel like if we saw more episodes of Rampage like this, I would maybe you'd watch Rampage. Probably not, but you know, it's good to hope. So
An hour of wrestling is good, but like, I just want an hour of fucking wrestling, not no fucking random bullshit I've been seeing.
that's fair.
The only hour of wrestling that actually worked, well, there's two promotions, Lucha Underground and NXT back then.
Yeah. I mean, ROH did work, but I feel like ROH is also tough because that was taped ahead of time and everything like
Same
that.
with NXT and Lucha Underground. They was taped ahead of time.
Yeah. I miss those ones. NXT UK did work pretty well actually. So
I actually, I I enjoyed for what it was. NXT UK. I just wish they put more exposure to it.
the pandemic kind of
The
ended
pandemic
that. So
killed it, bro. Unfortunately,
yeah.
I was frustrated after that. I'm like, damn.
Because if you remember, they were gonna put like a lot of stock behind it, but then the pandemic came and yeah, it's just
Wipe
kind of
them out.
yeah. Next is Collision. This is the last show we have to cover. It aired on October 28th, 2023. The commentary team was Nigel McGuinness, Tony Schiavone, and Kevin Kelly. I actually almost forgot who he was.
I
But
wish I forgot who he was, to be honest with you.
the intro was actually the best I think I've ever seen Collision do, where it just basically showed all the match was going to take place. I feel like they've ended the promos that they do now before Collision. I guess they just ended that now. I wish they kept that going, but I guess they just ended it. I don't know why, but I liked those, but they just ended them. I guess they didn't really need to do it this week, but whatever.
I think because of a
Them-
time crunch, because if you think about it, the main event is probably the reason why they didn't want to do it right now, bro.
but
Because
they haven't done it.
the thing is, if you saw, okay, the main event is probably why they stopped doing it, because they know the time crunch is going to be crazy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm.
First match was Jay White versus AR Fox. This is the first we've seen AR Fox
What's
in
in
a
the
while.
fuck random shit is this
Um,
match, bro? This shit was so random. What the fuck?
really good opener here. AR Fox dominates early. He hits a really good Awahal moonsault onto Jay White, which was awesome. Eventually, Jay White hits like an exploder suplex into the corner onto AR Fox. He just dominates him for a while. During the match, the commentators were mentioning that AR Fox is trying to make amends with Darby Allin and Nick Wayne for what he did. I guess I don't know what happened unless it's on ROH and they just haven't seen it. They ended that pretty damn quickly, so I don't understand what they're talking about. And then yeah, AR Fox mounts a comeback. He hits a really good dive over the top rope onto the rest of the members of Bullet Club Gold. But then eventually he loses to the Blade Runner and Jay White beats him. And during the after the match is over, somebody in a hood jumps the barricade. Well, not the barricade, because it's not barricade, it's the bicycle racks. And tries to take the AEW World title, and it's revealed to be MJF. And he grabs his belt. He's about to run around, and he makes it to the ring. But then he kind of has like this moment where it looks like he's going to have a tug of war with Jay White, and he realizes that he's outnumbered. And, you know, he kind of needs to save him. He needs to keep himself fresh since he's got to defend his title later on in the show. So he gives up the title and just takes off. I really liked this match. And I really like the closing angle here. I like the fact that MJF tried to do this once. I guess if they did make the mention that if MJF had succeeded, the 8-man the tag would have been off pretty much. So I guess a good thing he failed because I don't know what AEW would have booked for a main event of the next episode of Dynamite. But
Well, I could think of
yeah,
many things.
what did you think of this match, and how did you feel about what happened post match?
It was a random ass match. I don't got a problem with it. It was alright, but that's all it is. It was alright. I wasn't even thinking AR Fox even gonna get booked.
Yeah.
But for what it was alright. The ending a segment. It was there. I don't know what else to say about it. but it was something, I guess. I don't really got a lot of things to actually say about this match specifically.
Yeah, it does seem like A.L. Fox too. I think his storyline's just over now. He's just gonna be a random guy that shows up every now and then, which is kind of a shame because there's a lot you could do with him. Spence Nick Wayne's now a heel, but I just don't think they're gonna do that. I just feel like he's just done now. He might find another storyline eventually, but I feel like you know they really kind of screwed up with him. Apparently, I guess what happened is there was some real life issue that prevented him from being at All In. So that's why he had to be thrown out of Mogul Embassy. But yeah, it just seems like they really missed an opportunity there. Anything you want to say about AR Fox? I know you kind of mentioned it before.
It sucks that they could have not kicked him out. The thing is, they didn't have to kick him out. What they could have done is that he got like written off. Like maybe Darby Allin just really fucks him up real good.
Yeah.
Or something, but no, they don't want to. It's just that guy's just too. I don't know. Let's just move on.
Next, the Acclaimed and Daddy Ass have a promo backstage. This is essentially the same promo we saw on Rampage, but this one was a little funnier. They're talking about their 69 day they're gonna have happen if they keep the titles that long, and it's revealed Matt Caster reveals that MJF sent them a text saying that he's gonna be front row for the 69th celebration, but we find out that it's a catfish. It's not real. So Max Cass is upset about this, and they basically send him in the corner again, and they just continue cutting their promo, and then they tell him that he could come out of the corner now and all that type of stuff, and then that was it. I thought this was awesome. It kind of made the Rampage segment a little pointless. I didn't really understand why you did the segment again here if you already did one on Rampage, but this segment was still funny, so I can't really complain about it. So yeah, how'd you feel about this? This was awesome.
It was goofy as shit. Move on.
Then we had the boys versus the Guns.
Now here's where things get real fucked up, bro. Because this was
this.
What the fuck? What the fuck was the point? Like, they just ran. This is stupid. Let's just skip this whole shit, bro.
I gotta talk about it though. It's part of the reviews.
You don't have to. Fuck the fans, bro. They don't care anyway, bro.
But yeah, the Guns win in a squash. They hit the pop-up flatliner onto one of the boys for the win. Kevin Kelly's commentary for this match was really bad. So that's all I have to say there. I think they did this because they wanted to build up the Guns as threats for MJF's and Adam Cole's ROH World Tag titles. So they needed a match here. But yeah, this was just really weird. I didn't necessarily hate this, but I could have done without this. So then we have another vignette for Danhausen. It's the same Season of the Witch commercial Halloween thing they've been showing. This was kind of the week to bring him back, though. It was Halloween week, and you didn't bring him back. I didn't understand that. Anything you want to say about that? I thought that was just weird.
Wasting my time.
Then we have an awesome segment, at least in my opinion, anyways. Ryan Nemeth gets interviewed. This was awesome.
Oh, poor Ryan Nemeth, bro. May he rest in piss.
Ryan Nemeth talks about how he's been very successful lately in Hollywood with all of the plays and movies and commercials he's been in. And this is obviously bullshit because of the strikes going on right now. Like, no one's doing anything right now. So that's funny that he's talking about this.
That's why Johnson is still here, because he's bored.
Unless Ryan Nemeth isn't part of the SCAG program, then that would make more sense. But he says he wants that to translate over to AEW. So he's going to talk to some manager services and see if he can make it work. And he knocks on the door. At first, I thought he was going to go to Tony Khan's office, but no, it's CJ. I think it's just CJ. You can't say the last name. It's CJ's office. And yeah, he knocks on the door, and the door opens, and you don't see who answers. You think it's going to be CJ, But when the camera pans over, it's Miro that answers, and Ryan Nemeth says, "Hey, I was just looking to talk to CJ about manager services and stuff." And Miro's like, "Oh yeah, she's in here. Come on in." And Ryan Nemeth walks in, and then he closes the door, and off screen, Miro just beats the crap out of Ryan Nemeth like bad. Well, it could have been the other way. It could have been Ryan Nemeth beating up Miro. You never thought about that, but I think it's the first one. But yeah, Miro just destroys Ryan Nemeth, and that's all that happens with this. But I thought this was awesome.
Ryan Nemeth got fucking raped in there. That shit was outrageous, bro.
Yeah, anything you want to say? Yeah, about
May
this.
he rest in piss. The nigga died. He died doing what he loved, getting fucked.
I guess Miro doesn't really care about CJ, like she said, because CJ did say a few weeks ago that if Miro really cared about her, he wouldn't beat up any of her clients, and that doesn't
You
seem
know,
to be
the
the
thing
case because
is, he's not doing that because they're not officially clients. So he has all right to beat the shit out of them. That's if
yep,
he gets that's if she actually gets a client. But
that's
these are
true.
not.
Yeah,
But he's thinking outside the box, which is fucking great. 200 IQ. This man, because the thing is, what he's doing is that he beating up potential, not actual. So
that's true.
200 IQ.
So he found
A
a
loophole.
loophole.
Yeah.
Loophole that I didn't even find. So, then we had a Fright Night fight, I believe it was called. It's basically a street fight, Halloween themed. It was for the AEW Women's World Championship. It was Hikaru Shida defended against Abaddon. Abaddon was dressed up like somebody. I forget who it was.
She dressed up as Spawn. She was
Okay,
Spawn.
I
Yeah.
wasn't. I saw it online. I just forgot because it's been like a few minutes since I've seen it. And then yeah, the match starts. Hikaru Shida doesn't really know what to make of this. Hikaru Shida, I think, is meant to be dressed up like a wizard from Harry Potter, I think. Which makes sense because she's a big Harry Potter fan. That's how she learned English.
That's
Which I think is
hilarious.
kind of sad. I think it's sad and hilarious. So, but she can do her, I guess. I mean, she can do what she wants. But yeah, I don't know what's going on. By the way, she might have a knee injury because she came out and I think she was wearing a knee brace and she took it off during her entrance.
She
So
thinks
she
she's
might
Stone
have some type
Cold.
of maybe. So yeah. The match starts. Sheeta tries everything she can to try to take out Abaddon, but it's not really affecting her all that much. So she has to come up with improvise, and she hits her with a candy cane style kendo stick, a trash can that was like Halloween themed. I think it had like a skull on it or something. It was and it said Happy Halloween. So that was cool. And then she fights off Abaddon, and then she tries to hit a drop kick on Abaddon, but she ain't there, and she can't find Abaddon anywhere. But she was just under the ring, and she comes out zombie style and tries to pull Sheeta out of under the ring, and it doesn't work. And then the second time she does it from like the opposite side of the ring, and she just blindsides Sheeta. She throws her into the barricade, which was cool. She throws her into the steps. And then during the picture-in-picture, Sheeta's just getting dominated. Sheeta makes a comeback, and she tries to go off the top rope with a broom and hit some type of high knee, like she's a witch, but she misses, which was really funny because the broom just like vibrated and everything like that, and just really like Sheeta took a lot of damage from this. And then there's a period of time where Sheeta's just trying to get all this offense in on Abaddon, but it's not working. It's not having any effect on her. And Abaddon just comes back. She lays her out with a Uranagi, and she pulls out a bucket, and we think that it's going to be thumbtacks, but it was candy.
That was the
And she
greatest fucking
superplex.
spot I've ever seen in my goddamn life, bro.
Yeah, she superplexes Sheeta on the candy, and it doesn't really. It does. I don't understand. I've never been suplexed on the candy, so maybe it would hurt, but it doesn't really look like this would hurt. So
It wouldn't really hurt, but if it was Jolly Ranchers, you're fucked.
That's true. But I saw like gummy worms and stuff in there. I think I saw
Yeah.
M&Ms, so there wasn't,
I'm not gonna hold
And
you.
then
During this whole match, I popped just because the candy. I don't know.
I can't blame
why.
you. I mean, I'm eating candy right now, so Then the finish happens when Sheeta hits the katana the first time, but Abaddon kicks out at like 1. So then she grabs a trash can and she puts it in front of Abaddon's face, and she does the spinning katana, and that's enough to put away Abaddon. And Sheeta retains the title. It was pretty obvious that was going to happen. They clearly just did this because it's Halloween time. They needed to get like a Halloween theme thing to happen. So that's why Abaddon, I think, came back. I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see Abaddon again for a while.
I'm gonna be pissed.
But huh?
I'm not gonna hold you. If we don't see her again, I'm gonna be pissed. Cause why?
I can't blame you.
Cause I love Abaddon. That's my girl right there. And like I love seeing her when she's in the fucking ring. I hate the fact that she wasn't even booked on TV. Just like how they did Sonny Kiss. And they didn't put her on TV, which makes me so fucking mad. And like people loved Abaddon. Like when she came out, there was a pop. And if Tony does not hear that pop, then I don't know what the fuck is going on. So
and then afterwards, Timeless Tony Storm comes out again and steals Sheeta's spotlight, and she just stands up on the announcer's table, and she pulls Clementine's from her trunks and is just eating them, and she gives them to like the commentators and things like that. And it's funny. I think she threw them into the crowd. If you go on eBay, you can find that people are selling Clementine that's been in Tony Storm's pants, which is
that's
funny but yet gross at the
fucking
same time.
hilarious.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Anything you want to say about this match and the Timeless Tony Storm?
I say my piece about the match. Like the thing is, I enjoyed the match because I really like the fact that I could finally see her wrestle and shit like that. But the thing is, I wanted her to win because reasons. I want her to win. But of course, but of course she's not gonna win, which I don't have a problem with. It's just the fact that part of me knows that once she right after this match, you won't see her again, which is gonna piss me the fuck off. But yeah.
And I don't think you're gonna let AEW forget about this.
They ain't gonna forget about it because fuck them. They over here bullshitting. Like, come on now. You got all these good talent and you're not doing shit? Really?
Yeah.
Especially the ones that the fans like. Like, come on now.
I know, yeah. Next, they played a video package building up the Dax Harwood Ricky Starks match, where Dax Harwood mentioned that Ricky Starks doesn't want to give them a rematch, FTR rematch for the tag titles, and he says that's fine, but he's willing to beat the crap out of Ricky Starks. And Ricky Starks talks about how he's going to beat the crap out of Dax Harwood and prove why he's better than him. I liked this. Good way to build up a match right here. I will say this. Apparently, there's reports that they're just going to basically forget about the fact that the Young Bucks won a number 1 contenders match because that hasn't been mentioned at all. And I don't think they want to do the Young Bucks challenging for the tag titles right now. So they realize they put themselves into a corner and they're just going to forget it ever happened. I don't understand that.
Fucking serious?
That's what let me read it word for word for you. Let me see. talk about this promo segment while I find this, Matt. While I find this, because
I didn't even really pay attention to this promo, bro, so I can't say shit about it. Other than the
yeah.
fact
Let me
that
see
what
if
the fuck?
because I'm legit not kidding you. This I'm trying to see if I can find this. Let me see if I can find this. It's gonna take me a little bit.
Bro, they're really
Because
trying
it's on
to.
Dirt Sheet Radio.
They over here doing the fucking Men in Black thing and just flash the light, and then all of a sudden you just forget your memory. What? They
Yeah.
made this match and now they want to backtrack? What the fuck is the
I don't
point?
understand that, but okay, let me see if I can find this because I have to remember too what the picture was because there's typically a picture when it comes to that.
They,
So I'm basically stalling until I find this because I'm legit not kidding
I'm
you.
playing a word puzzle. This is ridiculous. You know, I guess all I could talk about is fucking MLW. They are having their so like MLW having their pay review soon. I forgot what's it called, but
Oh,
just
here it is.
all right.
So yeah, FTR suggested the loss to Big Bill and Ricky Starks, and the idea at the time was it would lead to a rematch, and the winners would defend the AEW tag titles against the Young Bucks. The belief right now is that everything has changed. The Young Bucks' number one contendership has not been brought up on TV since they've returned. So yeah, they haven't. They're just forgetting that ever happened, pretty much.
So,
Hello?
anyways, let's just continue this shit, bro. Because the more we talk about this, the more frustrated I'm gonna be. Let's just continue this shit.
Next, Keith Lee and Shane Taylor have another promo with each other where they just talk about their feud and everything like that. I don't really think we need another one. I don't care about this feud. Just do the match. Keith Lee deserved better than this. I'm just sick of this. What did you think of this? I'm sick of this.
I am the lion of the jungle. I hear. I swear, Shane Taylor's theme is actually a banger. I'm not gonna hold you. That shit's actually
It
fire
is.
as fuck. But
Then we had an
other
out.
than that, it's whatever. Whatever.
Then we had an ROH World Television Championship match. It was Samoa Joe defending against Rhett Titus. This was a squash. Samoa Joe just destroyed him, and there's nothing left to say about it. This was Rhett Titus's rematch when he lost the title to Minoru Suzuki at Supercard of Honor in 2022, and he just got smashed here. Yeah. But I like this. You know, it makes Joe look strong, but you know, I think it's getting to the point now, though, where he probably has to drop this title soon, just because I think, you know, it kind of limits who can challenge for this title now. We kind of have a Jade Cargill problem again, where all of his title matches, it seemed like to be squash matches now. But whatever. What did you think of this? I thought this was
May he
fine.
rest in
I think
peace. Another poor soul has been claimed.
yes. Then this is weird. They've never done this before. They showed an interview segment from Rampage that they just didn't air on Rampage. I don't know if they ran out of time or what, but
They
they aired it on
forgot to
Collision
put this on
instead.
the show.
But it was an interview segment with QTV where they brag about the fact that QT Marshall has been defending the AAA Latin American Championship with honor. And he talks about how he's defended it more times than anybody ever has as champion. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't really know the lineage of this title, so I just have to take his word for it. And he says that he's looking for the next luchador to defend this title against on AEW. And Renee Paquette wants to know who this is going to be, and QT Marshall is like, one scoop at a time. And they just end the segment. I really think they should have set up a challenger for him, but they didn't do that. I really didn't care about this promo. I don't understand why they showed this. Like, why didn't they just show this on Rampage? I didn't really need to see this. But how did you feel about this? I thought this was a waste of time.
There's only one person that he should go up against for the Latin American Championship. And let me find his name, because this is the GOAT. What the fuck was his name? He was Hold up, I gotta find this nigga because there's only
Yeah, I'm gonna let
one
you find.
guy. There's one guy that I know he should face. Hold on, what's your underground? What's his fucking name?
Oh, are you thinking of what's his name? Um, the guy with the ton and everything like that. What was his name?
Nah, not him.
Okay.
Uh, it
Oh,
was
it was well,
fuck.
Aerostar would be one, but
Nah, fuck him. It's Masquerada Saagara,
oh, that'd be awesome. Is it even still? I think he retired though. I don't think he's wrestling
bruh.
anymore.
You know who he is? He's the
I do
little
know who he
nigga.
is. Yeah.
He's the little
Yeah.
dude. The goat.
Um.
I'm gonna show you a pic of him.
Yeah, I'm
Hold
trying to see if he. I know what he looks like, but I'm trying to see if he's still wrestling though. Like,
I think he is. Hold on, hold on, I'm about to check.
I thought I read somewhere that he retired though, so I don't think it can be him.
Apparently, he's still wrestling.
Oh,
This is
that's
fucking
awesome.
awesome.
Yeah, I would love it. Oh, that'd be a hell of a match. I feel like too, you would watch the whole episode of Rampage just for that match too.
Hey
Like,
man, if that's the main event, I'm watching Rampage then.
you know what? You sold me on it. I'm on board to see that match. Now, would you have
Yeah.
QT Marshall win that match, or would you have Sagrada win the belt?
It'll be funnier if Sagata win the belt, but QT's gonna win. He's just going to tour around, and I want to see how he does the QT cutter on that little bastard.
That'd be awesome. Next, Claudio Castagnoli has a promo, and he's upset at Orange Cassidy and Kazuchika Okada for taking out Bryan Danielson. And he said that he doesn't matter where it is, whether that's in Japan or in America. He's going to be gunning for Kazuchika Okada. And he said that he's going to take Orange Cassidy's international championship. And he's proven that he could do that now since he pinned him on Dynamite this past week. This was a good promo by Claudio. He had no issues with it. What do you think of this?
Broken over the bone is the craziest fucking injury I've ever heard in my life, bro.
Yeah, it really is.
But matter of fact, how long healing time? Oh, okay. So a fracture could a full recovery is a few weeks to a few months.
Oh, that's good.
But hold up. I also want to see trauma. The patient with moderate and subside tensure in 2 weeks. Then the post-operative a result is usually known about 6 weeks. If the injury
Okay.
is moderate, if it's
Okay.
severe, probably longer. So yeah,
Um.
it depends how bad it is.
Yeah, that sucks. But what did you think of Claudio's promo?
It was alright. It's Claudio anyway, so
Yeah,
yeah,
he's
he
a good
just
promo.
yeah.
You do realize too, a lot of people said Claudio can't cut a promo when he was in WWE, and AEW's proven that that's not the case. Like he's actually pretty, like he's not great on the mic, but he's actually pretty solid on the microphone. And a lot of
It's
people have starting to see that now.
the thing
So
is, from what I learned, is you gotta give people to talk about something. If they have nothing to talk about, then what more can they say?
that's
Give
true.
them
Yeah.
something to talk about, like just be like, oh shit, my friend, you injured my friend, you motherfucker. I'm gonna whoop your ass and basically, you know, put you on a shelf. Like, give people shit to talk about. They can't just say they can't just have cut a random promo. Oh, I run Monday Night Raw. Fucking Judgment Day. That's the problem with Judgment Day. They're saying the same exact
Yeah, they really
shit,
are.
which is annoying. Every time I hear dun 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 dun, I just want to turn off the fucking show.
I'm gonna say this when I do Aftershock, but I'm kind of starting to sick of Judgment Day. Legitimately start off Raw every single week. Like It's getting annoying. Next, we had a hell of a match right here, which was Dax Howard versus Ricky Starks. This match was very good. This had limited commercial breaks too, which was awesome, which I really liked. And yeah, Dax Howard dominates early. He really destroys Ricky Starks in the beginning. Eventually, Ricky Starks hits a reverse neck breaker onto him, and he starts dominating Dax Howard. And then eventually, Dax Howard starts mounting a comeback. He hits a brain buster onto Ricky Starks, and then I'll always cringe anytime Ricky Starks takes a brain buster or anything like that because of his past neck injuries and everything like that. And then eventually, Dax Howard hits the pile driver on Ricky Starks, and he could easily win the match right here. He hasn't won, but then Big Bill pulls him out of the ring, and FTR stand up to him. They're really pissed at him. I forgot to mention, too, before the match even started, the lights went out, and when they came back on with the House of Black were watching.
The House of Niggas. The goats.
And then but yeah, FTR confronts Big Bill about the fact that Dax Howard was put out, and this distracts Dax Howard long enough for Ricky Starks to lay him out with a pile driver, and Ricky Starks beats Dax Howard, and afterwards the lights go out again, and when they come back on, House of Black, it seems like they're going to attack Ricky Starks and Big Bill, but then they turn around and surround FTR. And it looks like they're going to attack them.
Oh,
but then finally,
the cartel.
La Faction and Emboganales make their return. And they come out. We don't really know whose side they're on. And they act like they are going to attack FTR, but it's a ruse. And they attack the House of Black and Ricky Starks and Big Bill. And basically, FTR and La Faction and Glenales send basically the heels running, and they basically stand tall. But I like this a lot. I did not expect La Faction and Glenales. You should just take a drink, Zio. I don't think you drink, but you should take a drink or something every time I screw up their name, because that's not an easy name to say. So,
I just called him La Single Tenebre. Can just move on to with it.
Yeah, well, but yeah, this was a good way to return them. I didn't expect them to be baby faces, but I actually not hate the idea of them being baby face. So, that's gonna be cool. What did you think of the match between Dax Howard and Ricky Starks, and basically what's going on with the tag division?
It was a basic match that I really just be like whatever about. The only I'm gonna be real with you, Cash is better. I like Cash more than Dax, in my opinion.
That's fair.
Yeah, and this match was just a nothing match. I really did not give a fuck, but I did appreciate the match because it's a match. Well, yeah. But when the House of Black is just when they showed up, I was like, all right, bro, you're just gonna be there. And then they teleported again after the match. The fucking cartel shows up, and the cartel fought against everybody else with FTR. So I guess we're having a cartel feud against some spoopy niggas. And I'm gonna say this:
yeah, that's gonna
House of Black is better than Judgment Day, all the way. They could kill Judgment Day easily.
They probably could actually.
They got Big Boy Brody. Hey. I love that motherfucker, bro.
He's awesome.
Shout out to Bruiser Brody, though, for real.
Yeah. Next, Andrade Alidolo gets interviewed, and Lexi Nail wants to know what side he's on with everything that's been going on with him lately, with CJ requesting to be his manager. Now La Faction and Logan Ables just recently made a return. He wants to know what's going on, and Andrade Alidolo just says that his business is his business, and he's just going to do his own thing. Cool. It took me probably 2 seconds to say what I just said, but it took Andrade 5 minutes to get it out, and it was I gotta admit, this was not a good promo by Andrade. I really didn't like it.
It's because he's just saying bro, I don't give a fuck what they're doing. I'm just doing my own thing. That's all he's saying. Just Why you ask me this question, bro?
Yeah.
What was the point? Renee, go away.
No, it wasn't Renee. It was Lexi.
Oh,
So
Lexi, go away, bro. I'm just doing my own shit. Why you asking me about other niggas, bro? Come on, man.
I feel like if you got interviewed by Lexi or Renee and they asked you a question like that, you would say the exact same thing.
I'm like, bro, what you asking about other people? Bro, go away. Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. If WIW was still a thing, and I'm playing as my own character, and I get asked that question, I'm like, get the fuck away from me, bro.
I can't blame
Why
you.
would you ask me that
Like-
stupid ass question, bro? I
Um,
told you I don't care about this, bro. Bro. At that point, I'm gonna just sucker punch. I'm like, get the fuck away from me.
it's a woman though. You can't hit a woman. Like,
I'm a pie facer then.
uh,
Fuck away from me. Look, man.
uh,
Equal rights, equal fights. My hands, not only I'm bisexual, but my hands are also bisexual. I don't give a fuck.
that's fair. There's more talking though.
Oh my god, more
apparently
yapping.
Saturday nights are all right for fighting, but not last Saturday. There's a lot of talking on Saturday. So, Elton John would be very disappointed in AEW. Well, up until the main event, then he'd be happy. Yeah. Again, they repeated a segment. Chris Statlander had requested Willow Nightingale and Sky Blue for an interview again because she runs the show apparently. And she still wants to know what's going on with Willow Nightingale and Sky Blue because basically whatever's going on with them affected them not winning the number one contenders match last night. So Willow Nightingale agrees. She says that we need to focus on what's going on because there's something going on with Sky Blue. And I forgot to mention Julia Hart made a return on. So this segment kind of ties in a way. And Sky Blue says, yeah, I'm going to talk about this, but I'm going to talk about this with Julia. And she walks off. And Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale really don't know what to say. And the segment just ends. I like this, though. I think now that Julia Hart's back, this storyline's really going to start catching some fire. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, I don't really know what Julia Hart and Sky Blue can do together as a team, though. There's no tag titles or anything they can challenge for. But
Don't give
you know,
20
it's
more
good.
ideas, bro. Shut the fuck up.
You
just hush about
it. But anyhow, yeah. So how'd you feel about this? I thought this was kind of rinse and repeat, but I feel like the Julia Hart.
At least they mentioned Julia, so I'm like, okay, so Sky Blue's gonna be Sky Black now. Sky Blackheart sounds fucking dope as shit, but yeah, you got Julia Hart and Sky Black. Let's fucking
That'd
go.
be awesome. I wonder if they could say Sky Black though. That might piss some people off.
Nah, man, Sky Blackheart then.
Yeah, I like that name.
But we also need a Willow. Yeah, Willow's gonna be the first black person to be in House of Black.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. How does that work then? Because she'd be the only black. She'd be the only black person in there. So
I'm telling you,
how does that work?
It could work because the thing is, bruh, she made me fun and a joyful, but we can make her to a killer.
Yes, she can.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, although Ian Riccaboni would be disappointed, he wouldn't get to sing her theme song anymore.
Don't worry, you can sing a theme song in metal form.
Yeah, you could.
Just start yelling. I don't give a fuck.
Then we had the semi-main events. It was Claudio Castagnoli versus Tracy Williams. Claudio Castagnoli just squashed him. They really didn't even get to finish Tracy Williams' introduction. He just destroyed him.
That shit was funny as fuck. I'm not gonna hold you.
He beat him with the uppercut, and then he locked him into the label lock afterwards. He does hit a version of a Rainmaker in this match also. So he just basically kind of did like a best hits of Okada's and Orange Cassidy's moves and Bryan Danielson's. Apparently, Tracy Williams was trained by Claudio or had a hand in training him. And the big storyline that they were trying to get over here was if Claudio was willing to do this to one of his people he trained and respected, what is he going to do to Orange Cassidy, who he doesn't even like? But I liked this. It was a good way to really get Claudio over here. So what did you think of this little match right here?
May he rest in peace, another fucking wrestler.
How many
God
people
damn.
died on this show? Like, oh my gosh.
Bro, we about to reach and do a fucking record with bro. The grave site is about to be overfilled, bro.
Because
Like
who's
god
died on
damn.
this show? I
A
think
lot of motherfuckers
Red.
getting killed in this damn promotion, bro.
I think it was just on. I think we've had 3 on Collision alone. Like,
God damn.
um, and then MJF's backstage, and Samoa Joe comes up to him, and basically offers his services again, and says that if things look bad out there, um, he'll make sure that MJF walks out with the AEW World Title tonight. But MJF doesn't really answer any of his demands or anything like that. He just kind of is off to himself. I like this. What did you think of this? I like what they're setting up here.
It was alright. At least we know MJF is like, bro, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. I'm doing this by myself, bro. But like I feel
Then we
like
had
it's gonna lead into like MJF is gonna be like, Roddy, I'm gonna give you a chance. And then like fucking Samoa Joe's like, what the fuck you doing, man? No,
I don't think he can give Roddy a chance though. The dude's still in a wheelchair, so
he could roll him off the wheelchair and tell him to go wrestle. Just drag his carcass and shit.
And I'm gonna let you talk about this because you were really looking forward to talking about this.
Good
it was the main event. It was
fucking God. This has to be one of the best TV matches I've ever seen in my fucking life. This on the same level as Bryan Danielson against King Omega. Like their first exchange when this was a fucking slugfest. Fucking,
it was, yeah.
They was pulling out all this, like these motherfuckers really doing professional wrestling. What can I say? This match was insane. Fucking MJF doing a fisherman buster, and this man pulled up a Flossberry flop. I'm like, dude, they were pulling off all the stops in this match. This was a really good match. Yes, Don Callis came out and shit, but that kind of added more to the drama, in my opinion. It was a double-edged sword, okay? But the fact that the ending of the match was insane. So MJF, he was going to do like a Panama Sunrise, but got countered, and he Irish whip Kenny. So like Kenny was about to do like a some sort of move to like to bring him on the apron, but MJF caught him mid motion and super kicked this poor fucker, and then dragged him to the ropes and did a heat seeker. This match, the most I would say is just go watch the match, bro. I'm not gonna tell. The only thing I'm gonna tell you is that MJF was doing moves that you would never see this motherfucker do, and this is why MJF is the GOAT in AEW, even in wrestling. Yes, he's like an American style wrestling, but he is one of the best. Like, he is literally one of the best wrestlers here. When you give him the chance, the match, and the time, he will perform, and he will have you clap and bow because he could go far. And with Kenny Omega, we all know Kenny is great, but MJF was like, Dave, you better give me my fucking 5 stars, bro. So, really good match.
Yeah.
I love it. This shit was awesome.
This match really was awesome. There was a lot of critiques, obviously, that a lot of people were mad. They just threw this out there on TV and everything like that. But,
which I get,
for what but for what AEW did with this, I was really happy about it. Again, I think they wanted They probably, I will say one thing, I wouldn't mind this match happening on Collision. I just think they should have built to it a little bit more and had MJF, continuously telling Kenny Omega that he was creeping up on his title reign record and everything like that. So that way, at least, they could, it would have felt a little bit more built up. But yeah, from what we got here, this was absolutely awesome. I wanted to see these two have a match with each other since AEW really started up. More so when I started to get to know MJF, basically after the Revolution match with Cody. I've been like, yep, this is the guy that, years down the line, MJF and Kenny Omega could main event a pay-per-view or something. But yeah, this was awesome. And I'm glad we got it finally. I mean, I'm not going to fault AEW too much that, they couldn't build up to this match very well because, one, I think Kenny was injured. So they couldn't, not here, but obviously he's been injured and suspended with stuff that's been going on. MJF was off TV at one point. And then, I feel like if MJF hadn't gone babyface, they probably would have done the match sooner. That probably would have been your all in, maybe all out, maybe even Wrestle Dream match. I will fault AEW though, and having Kenny Omega just kind of, as much as I like the Don Callis feud, in hindsight, it probably could have been held off until so that way we could have gotten an MJF Kenny Omega match. But I like that there's this tradition though. I feel like AEW can actually follow this tradition where, like, if you're gonna break the record, you should face the guy that had the record the first time, unless he's left and gone other places and everything like that. And I liked, I feel like that was enough of a storyline for me and everything like that. But yeah, this was awesome. Really, just go watch this match for yourself. Go watch the YouTube clip afterwards where MJF and Kenny Omega just put each other over
there was
and
a
the brand company
spot.
over.
There was a spot that was fucking outrageous. This man did a gut wrench power bomb through a fucking table from the apron to the mat. That shit
it
was out.
insane.
That shit looked nasty. But yeah, I'll go watch the matches. I'm not gonna spoil the match.
This match,
go watch it, dickheads.
Yeah, just go watch it. Then that was Collision. Just for the main event alone, I'm gonna give Collision an A-. There's other things on Collision I did like. I liked the fight night fight, whatever that was. I liked Ricky Starks, Dax Howard. I liked obviously the House of Black and La Faction and Limbonables, Mila's beatdown. So there was a lot of very good things on Collision, but MJF and Kenny Omega was like a match that you really just need to go sit down and watch. Like if you have not seen this match yet, I don't know what you've been doing. What would you give Collision as like a rating? And all
It was
that
good.
stuff?
The main event, Abaddon, and yeah, those two is what made be like, yeah, it was a good show. Like, it was good. Some bullshit, but it was good. That's what I can say.
So we got some stuff announced though for next week, which is gonna air tonight if you're seeing this on Wednesday. On the November 1st episode of Dynamite, this is what the lineup's looking like. Orange Cassidy is going to defend his international championship against Claudio Castagnoli. We're going to have an 8-man tag team main event. It's going to be Bullet Club Gold versus MJF and 3 partners of his choosing. And that's all that's announced right now. Other things that are announced, I think, for Collision next week, the only thing that's announced is the Acclaims, if they make it this long, 69-day championship celebration. So that's going to be that could be some good stuff depending on what they do with that. And then Full Gear is starting to take shape. I'll pull up the card for that. We're going to have MJF defend the AEW World Championship against Jay White. And then on 0 Hour, MJF and a mystery opponent, this is what it says, is going to defend the ROH World Tag Team titles against the Guns. They say those are the only 2 matches announced, but I'm pretty sure unless there's some news that I'm not seeing, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne versus Stan, Darby Allin, and a mystery partner, but it's not on the website for some reason. So I don't know why. Maybe an injury happened I don't know about. But as of right now, as of what I know, that match is supposed to happen. But maybe something changed. And then I'm looking. That's going to be some good stuff getting announced right there. Let's get into some new stuff for AEW because some
there's
stuff's been going
news?
on. Let me just so AEW is going to be doing another pay-per-view after Full Gear. They're going to be doing World Ends on Saturday, December 30th.
What?
Why? I don't understand. Yeah, they're doing another one. I don't really like that AEW started to do a lot of pay-per-views now. The thing I liked about AEW a lot was the alternative for me was that they did pay-per-views every few months or so. And now I think they're starting to stretch it. I gave them a pass with doing All In a week out from All Out because
Why would you give a
when they booked,
pass?
when they booked All Out, they hadn't booked All In yet. And I'm just going to assume that they tried to get whatever date they could for Wembley, and that was probably the date they could get for All In. But then they did Wrestle Dream, like within the same time frame of doing Grand Slam, and I was like, Full Gear, okay. But yeah, now you're doing another pay-per-view on top of it. You're doing it too, like
What
around
the
Christmas,
fuck is
New
this
Year's Eve.
freaking graphic for a word in?
Yeah, I don't know.
Space. What the fuck? That's cool.
But now they're doing it around Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve time. It's the day before New Year's Eve. Who even knows how big of a buy rate this will do? Because a lot of people are going to spend money anyways on Christmas gifts and all that type of stuff. So I just don't understand why you would do a pay-per-view like right after Christmas. It just
Is this
doesn't
shit
really
gonna
make
be in
sense to me.
freaking Long Island? Hey, when the fuck they coming back to DC, bro? Why they not coming back? Why they not coming back to my fucking kingdom of the DMV, bro? What the fuck?
You should have gone to Wrestle Dream because that was in DC. So
Was it?
Yeah, it was. No, it wasn't. It was in Washington. It was in Abraham, Washington. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say, bro.
But
In Seattle.
it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how this pay-per-view plays out. I don't know why they're doing a pay-per-view in December, but they are. This is also too. They're doing ROH Final Battle shortly before this too. So it's like, so many pay-per-views. Going on. But yeah, what do you think about that? The fact that it's a bit of new pay-per-view announced.
I'm about to draw my fucking shotgun in a minute, bro. I'm about to start fucking shit up in this damn thing. I'm getting annoyed by this.
There's some ratings that happened too. AEW Dynamite drew a rating of 774,000 people. Not the best number, but I don't know what to say about it. Those are the numbers that they seem to get now. So I wish the numbers could be higher. I always hear too, when it comes to the ratings, sometimes they can't go on the ratings because the Nielsen ratings aren't up to date, and there's other ways to watch Dynamite and just TV now and stuff. So it's, I just watch the show. I just figured we talk about it. So, but I will say Collision, the highest rated segment on Collision was the main event, which was obviously going to happen. So that was good. And then, I wanted to talk to you about this because there's a tweet that came out. Dave Meltzer reported that. I'm sorry, not a tweet, an X post.
Just call it a tweet, bro.
But yeah, so this is interesting that it came out. A lot of people have been talking about this. So if you follow AEW, this is from Dave Meltzer word for word. If you follow AEW, you know that a lot of the stuff is being decided at much later points than previous guys are getting their information on what they're doing later, and decisions are being made later. That's just how it is. There's times the day of the show, sometimes you don't even know what plans are. It seems at times like we used to talk about WWE, which is also very frustrating for talent. a lot of guys have a lot of input on what they're doing, so they're doing stuff, but they really don't know a long-term direction. And then, that got a lot of backlash. And Jerry Lynn, who works obviously very closely with AEW, this was his response. Because wrestlers and God knows who else have and continue to leak info to the sheets, podcasts, etc. So Tony tries to keep things confidential. You wouldn't want to know everything before you see a movie. Anyone who leaks info is doing damage to the product and the industry. So, what do you have to say about Dave Meltzer's news break and Jerry Lynn's reaction to it?
Okay, before I start, Tony Khan has an important announcement tomorrow, and I'm about to throw my phone in a minute. But with that, I get both sides. I really get both sides. Like, yes, you don't want the shit to be leaked out, cause it kind of is hurting the business, because it's not seem fun no more. That's what I
Right.
think. And the other thing is this, right? Like, I get Dave Meltzer that, like, it's fun because we have been talking about WWE being, last minute changes, all that shit, and how the talent knows, like, the talent knows what they couldn't do, like, probably the day of, or hours beforehand. But at the same time, it's like, it's a double-edged sword for real. like
Right.
like being as a talent and you get like deal and have to deal with that shit is like fucking annoying, because it's like you getting called in for work the moment you got back home, or like maybe took your day off, right? And then you just now got the call and say, hey, we need you at work. Like you'd be like, what the fuck? You didn't tell me this happened. Like, yeah, I know, but shit happens. It's frustrating,
Right.
but at the same time, for this industry, it's best to keep things a secret for the surprise. The only the only wrestling that doesn't have this problem is either is other countries like Canada, Mexico, the UK, Japan. Maybe there's some like little newsletters in that in those to in those a country, but with major wrestling, uh, uh with major wrestling promotions, you're going to encounter this a lot. You're going to encounter this like no other. It's like, this is what happens when you're like a billionaire company. You're gonna get shit leaked out. You're gonna get like a frustrating talents. You're gonna get all this and that. I'm not trying to sound like I know the wrestling business, because one, I'm 22, so I'm still learning this shit. I'm still learning about other shit within the water pro wrestling. So I don't know. I'm not a journalist. If I was a journalist, can I go to them freaking joints? I will be straight up honest. Well, like, the first thing I would say is, Tony Khan, what the fuck are you doing? But yeah, but I don't think I'll be a good man. I don't think I'll be a really good journalist for real. I'm gonna be a dickhead. But the thing
I
is,
feel like I feel like you would have a field day with Christian Cage trying to ask him all absurd questions. Like,
I'm gonna be real. I would be one of the most brutal, honest ones ever. Cause I would
yeah,
just speak my mind, like, bro, this is some bullshit. What the fuck you doing? But like, back on topic, this is this is what happens when you're like a major wrestling. This is what happens when you're a major wrestling promotion. You get shit like this, you get shit leaked out, and none of stuff is confidential. I understand both sides, because it's best to let the talent know beforehand. But at the same time, I understand you don't want shit to get um leaked out because of, again, the talent or whoever's there. It does
Yeah,
hurt the wrestling business because it's not making things fun anymore. But at the same time, it's like that's how the times are now.
yeah. So yeah, to kind of talk about this a little bit, I agree. Like I want to see both. I kind of agree with both sides. When it comes down, like obviously it's not cool. Obviously, when you don't know what you're doing when it comes to your character and everything like that. Um, Especially too, because a lot of people left WWE to kind of get away from that type of stuff, where things were changing on a win for them and everything like that. Like obviously with the Young Bucks recently now, like they were supposed to have a storyline where they were going to be number one contenders for the tag titles, and now that's not happening anymore. So yeah, it does seem kind of weird. Obviously, a lot of things recently too with AEW's had to change booking wise. Obviously, some to the fault of their own with CM Punk and Jack Perry not being around now, and then um, you know, with injuries, obviously, like with Bryan Danielson, all of the stuff they're going to do with him is no more now, and you know um, but at the same time, too, I can obviously understand, you don't want things to get leaked. That's why when the Royal Rumble season comes around, if it's revealed possible surprise entrance on the dirt sheets, I don't read them because I don't want to ruin who could be in the Royal Rumble. An example on recently that happened on Raw is The Miz just turned babyface recently, and it was already reported that, this was going to happen, and it was still awesome, but it would have been cooler if we didn't see it coming type of thing. Um, so yeah, I wish there was a way, obviously, too, that they could keep this stuff under wraps type of thing. Like maybe they could just tell the wrestlers what their plans are, and they say, "Hey, don't try not to post this out or anything like that." Just because obviously that would probably make things easier. But again, it's obviously I think too it's obviously injuries. Like obviously, I think they had some type of plan of what they were going to do with Adam Cole and MJF, but then Adam Cole got hurt. So they have to kind of change plans now. So it's tough to, keep the plans when it comes to injuries too. Um, you know, WWE's had this issue too, also too. Like I'm trying to think. I mean, this isn't an injury, but Mustafa Ali was supposed to win the North American title at No Mercy, but
And then
then
he
he
got
got released.
released, which
So
is fucking stupid.
yeah, so um, you know, that kind of put that to bed. I'm trying to think of like an injury recently in WWE that like ruined one thing, I guess, Seth Rollins when he got injured and had to give up the WWE World Heavyweight
That was
Championship.
just
Then, that
tragic.
the 2015, you can make the argument the year of 2015 was plagued with injuries. So it messed up a lot of the stuff they wanted to do.
And 2016
And
and 17 also, I believe. I don't know. I could be
yeah.
wrong.
Um then yeah. I think that's kind of a good place to end it off of. There was one more news thing, but there's not an important news thing, so there's
What?
no need to cover it.
I need to hear this news, bro.
Yeah, it was just about Eddie Kingston. He says Eddie Kingston on if he felt bad when his promo where he told CM Punk to leave and criticized Punk's locker room behavior with service. If you remember, he did this big promo on CM Punk on Rampage when it first became a thing.
Yeah.
This is what Eddie Kingston said. During a sit down with Arian Hernandez. No, I'm doing my job. That's how I felt. I didn't know what anyone else in the locker room felt. I didn't care. It's how I felt. I didn't want him there. Me and Punk don't like each other, and that's fine. You're not gonna like everybody you work with. Do I wish he was still at AEW and I wish it worked out differently? Yeah, because he helped the company. But other than that,
Which is true.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what he does. You know what I mean? Because me and him never got along anyway. We didn't have to be best friends to fight each other. It makes it better when we're not best friends. When we have to fight each other. I don't wish him bad, but I don't wish him good either, because I don't give a fuck. That's it. That's what he said. That's what That's what Eddie Kingston
I
said. Word
respect
for
that a
word.
lot, to be honest with you. Like, he knows that even though you may not like each other, y'all might do a lot more crazy shit with that too. So
Especially too, like that match at Full Gear 2021 was
it was brawling.
yeah, that's gonna be a retro, I think, this year's Full Gear 2021. Yeah, that was awesome because that's where that match even takes place too. So that actually reminded me there is one more news thing. This is actually a good thing we're ending with this because I actually forgot to talk about it.
What's
so CM Punk actually might still be in AEW because yeah, his merch is still on the website, and I'm gonna send you this pic actually that James sent me. There's merch that he never came out with that um you know um that we surfaced on AEW's um merch site, and yeah, this they might have worked us, and CM Punk was never actually fired. I'll just text it to you, I guess.
Let's see what we got, bro.
Yeah, that he never came out to this shirt, so this is really interesting. Because obviously, when you leave a wrestling promotion, unless you have retired or something from said promotion, they usually pull your merch pretty quickly. So,
I mean, if it's old merch, I guess they could still like do it though.
yeah, but this is like stuff I don't think I've never seen. He might have had this, but I've never seen this merch before. So, um, I don't know though. It could be, a huge work because the way that this was found out was three of Facebook shared AEW's merch, and Facebook might have screwed up, and that could have happened also. Um, but if CM Punk is still is with AEW, then I don't know what happened. Then like it's kind of that's a bit confusing and everything like that.
Interesting.
What do you think? Anything you got to say about this?
Nothing, but not really because it's like because I know promotions still have people who leaves merches, but it's whatever for real. So I don't really got anything to say about it because it's like whatever about it. So
Yeah, I like to think that Facebook just screwed up and accidentally shared this.
yeah, because like the algorithm really do fucks with you a lot when it comes down to shit like that. Like if you on certain topics or something like that, they might recommend you different shit. So
Yeah. But we'll see. I feel like that's all that probably happened there. I'm really not sure. Um I'll kind of wait and see what happens. But that's pretty much everything AEW Spark related. And everything AEW related. How long did the show go? Because I actually can't even see how long it went.
2 hours and 37 minutes.
Yeah, it seems normal.
But it's probably I'm going to be cut a bit. So
yeah. But yeah, so yeah, let's do some plugs and promotion. We'll start with you this time because I went. Well, I guess I went first yesterday, but technically I didn't because that video is not a thing. But whatever, we'll just still let you go
Lost
first.
media. Crazy, but all right. So I'm doing well. My autumn tour is continuing. I just uploaded my Joshi promotions Halloween special, which is fun, and during the autumn tour, once we hit like day 10, maybe it depends how I feel. We're gonna do the Ultimo End, which is basically like the end. Purchase basically like the end of the whole tour, and the next show after that is one of my biggest events, known as the Ultimo Gala, which is my gala. Who doesn't like a good gala? So before all that shit happens, I'm going to do point 0.5 episodes, which is basically what happens during the whole tour, but not been shown. So probably like promos, segments, hype stuff, some other bullshit, just to give some shit, like a what's building up towards the gala. And for frontline stuff, I am doing tapings of episodes, so that's fun. And the episode's probably gonna come out probably November, and that's leading to Reindeer Games, which is one of Frontline's pay-per-views, which is the first pay-per-view that was ever in Frontline. So but what else is going on? We are hiring. we are PW is hiring. We are looking for new talent. We already got some trainees, but we also looking for well-established talent for some bullshit. So this was supposed to happen on the fucking Halloween, Halloween Havoc, but since that's lost media, you know what, I'm gonna be honest with you. You would like if you upload it, it's gonna be hilarious because you can't even hear me. But I would just probably be like, you know what's funny? What I would have done is that right after you talk, I would just show text of what I said. And be like, call like some meme like face test like my reaction. But that's just me. So during the Halloween Havoc joint, I was like, hey Birdman, do you want to join? He's like, yeah. So Birdman is going to be he might show up soon. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, I got a storyline going on with my whole mother thing. So that little videos on my channel. And yeah, just stay tuned for other bullshit that I'm gonna do, and yeah, go fuck off. Now it's your turn.
Yeah, so I have a lot of stuff coming up this week. So this is being recorded today. Well, this will be released Wednesday. So tomorrow, which we're going to be recorded. Oh, wait, we forgot one news thing, by the way. Owen Anderson's not in AEW anymore, but that's pretty. But we predicted that was going to happen. We didn't break that. I forgot we didn't mention that because well, originally I think the news broke that he was released at the same time last week's episode was premiering, so that's why we didn't talk about it last week. But yeah, but we pretty much said I think everything we would have said because I think we predicted that Arn Anderson wasn't going to be there anymore. So, but yeah, anyhow, I like how I just remembered that as I was doing my vlogs. It was just like, but yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up. So Thursday, you and I are going to be recording the Greatest Royal Rumble Retro, which is going to be released on Friday. And then Friday,
God,
you get off scot-free. I have to sit down again and review Halloween Havoc 1998. And James,
this was all because of you, dickhead.
Yeah, it really was.
So you gotta suffer.
Yeah. So yeah. So James has to come back and bail us out pretty much to do Halloween Havoc 1998 retro again. So, and then Saturday, which is gonna be recorded Friday night, I'm gonna be doing WWE Aftershock. Recording. What am I? Oh, the go home week of Crown Jewel.
Oh,
and then
did James tell you? Did James tell you? You're gonna be stuck with me. We're Aftershock.
I might have found a co-host though, so I don't think you need. I don't think you need.
Oh,
because I don't know if.
Oh, you found a co-host?
I think I did, yes. But I will be in touch. I'll be in touch with you if it doesn't work out though. But you're gonna have to stay up. You're either gonna have to get up mad early Saturday morning or stay up mad late Friday night to do WWE Aftershock if you're doing it this week. You. So, huh?
None.
But I forgot too. At some point this week, I don't know when it's gonna be released. You and I are gonna review Halloween Havoc from this year, nights 1 and 2, and the Level Up episode from last week. So make sure you
who
watch
said
that.
I'm doing Level Up?
Me. I'm the host. So, and you have to behave too because
no, I'm not.
You're going on to new territory. You're going on to new shows you've ever been on before.
I ain't behaving with the shit. You got me fucked up.
And then at some point next week, you and I are going to be covering all the stuff that's going to be coming up this week with the MGF 8-man tag and yeah. So yeah, that's going to be fun. And then I think that's it. I think that's everything I have that's coming up. So, and obviously Owen and AJ Talks on the Owen the Talkinator YouTube channel, where we're going to be covering Danny Phantom season 1 episodes 2 through 4. So make sure you check that out. I don't know when that will be out, but that's the next video that's going out. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. And since this is being recorded in the past, we will talk to you guys in the future.
Yeah, just keep yapping. Just, all right.
Podcast has concluded. Be sure to check out more group discussion as far as AEW content is concerned, and check out more content from For the Win Productions.